Hey guys, welcome to the MangaMark channel. Today we are doing a very special character tier list video. It is every single major character in One Piece, pre-time skip. If you're new to the channel, that's where I am in the series. I am currently watching One Piece on the channel, and the last episode I saw, we are going into a 2-year time skip. We saw Luffy running off with Rayleigh to start his training. We got an explanation of like Haki from Rayleigh and stuff, and like all the Straw Hats got the message from Luffy. 3 days no go, 2 years, let's do it. So I know that we are doing 2-year time skip. I was going to do a character tier video for like the arcs that I just watched there. They were kind of around about Marineford, so it was like Amazon Lily, Marineford, Impel Down, and like post-war kind of thing. But then this was suggested to me and I thought, why not? Why not, right? And this is going to be crazy. This is going to be crazy. It's a special occasion. We're at the halfway point of One Piece. You know, we've been watching this for 2 years. Well, almost 2 years. And I just wanna get into it. It'd be interesting to see what characters, because we've had a bit of distance from them, what characters have went up, what characters have went down. Because like, I think that it's easier to get a higher rank at the start of the series, but then you get introduced to so many amazing characters that some people might come down. But let's see, guys, let's see. And guys, let me just say, thank you everyone that supports the channel, has been watching these One Piece videos with me and like part of this amazing community. You guys are great. You've kept me safe from spoilers. You have gave me information I've needed. You've kept me, you know, going through this amazing journey, and thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. You guys are awesome. But yeah, this is it. We're getting into it, guys. And now, looking at this list here, right? There's going to be certain characters that I'll get into it and we'll have a discussion. There are going to be other characters where I'm not gonna get into it. You know, I'm just gonna place them and say, right, this person is great or this person's crap, right, and then move on, because there's so much here, right? I was wondering what would, you know, constitute a major character. I thought, right, you know, there might be some people that don't make the cut because it's major character, but then I looked at this list here, and there's people like bloody Sabo's mum and dad, right? So they've put just about everybody in here, right? So we're getting in it. We are getting in it, guys. Thanks so much for watching this video and all the videos on the channel. If you have been keeping up with this journey, if you're new, welcome. Please consider subscribing. And yeah, guys, let's do it. Let's just get in. Let's just get in and have some discussions, guys. Let's go. Now, right. Let's go. Let's look at them here. Let's look at these characters. It's insane. Look at them all. Look at them all. I'm happy to see some of these older faces that we haven't seen in a while. And there'll be some ones that, you know, if you're a fan of the channel, you'll know it's going to be interesting when we get to certain people, you know, just people that might not be the best, that other people seem to like, and I can't understand why. You know, not pointing any fingers, but you know, some people. Right, so let's get into it. You know, I don't think they're in any particular order. Just looking at them here, they seem to be kind of scrambled all over the place, but that's part of the fun as well. That's part of the fun too. Now, as per usual with the tier list, we have S rank down to the self-explanatory trash, right? Now, obviously, it's like C tier is just like, yeah, they're okay, indifferent, you know. B tier, is like, okay, yeah, better character. You know, I would say good. B tier I consider a good character. A tier is great. A tier is a great character, you know, one that's made an impression on me. S tier is the best of the best. Best of the best. D tier, I would say, not great. You know, I could take them or leave them. You know, they don't really mean much to me. And then trash is self-explanatory, right? Trash is self-explanatory. And that's where we are, guys. Let's get into it. Let's just get bloody, I know I keep saying that, but let's actually get into it now, right? So, oh, yes, Burgess. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Burgess. Blackbeard Pirates, you know, luchador, wrestler. He's probably one of my favourites of Blackbeard's crew, but he's not really had much screen. Let's put him in B. I'd say out of the original crew that Blackbeard kind of had, that we saw in Jaya, he's probably my favourite out of them. Oh God, Mihawk. Let's just get him up there. Let's just get him into the S. Let's do it. You know, he's just such a strong impression this guy made when he was introduced in the East Blue. You know, and then seeing him, oh God, the fact that Zoro is going to train with Mihawk, my God, that's going to be amazing. But I'd say Mihawk is definitely one of my favourite warlords. He's up there. He's up there. He's not my favourite warlord, but he's up there. He's definitely competing. Oh, now this guy, oh my God, he has, like, for this guy to pop here this early, he also is going straight into S tier. Guys, let's be clear. S tier is going to be stacked. S tier is going to be stacked, especially after these couple of arcs that we just had there. My God, it was amazing. Talking about that in the last one, this is my favourite ever stretch of arcs that I've ever seen in anime. It was incredible, right? From Subodi through to where we are now, incredible. And now I'm just so excited to see what's going to happen after the time skip. But yeah, Bon Clay, my God, what a character. Like, I already kind of liked him in Alabasta from what happened at the end of Alabasta, but if there's anybody on this list that I could pick to be a member of the crew that isn't, it would be Bon Clay. It would be Bon Clay. That's how much of an impression this character made on me during Impel Down. Amazing. What he did for Luffy, you know, will never be forgotten. And it's crazy how that's the beauty of One Piece, is a character's first impression when they're introduced. That's not going to be what sticks. Like, they're going to change. It's the amount of characters on this list that I probably hated when I first saw them, and now I love them. You know, it's crazy. But Bon Clay, yeah, amazing character, absolutely amazing. And like I said, God, I wish he was part of the crew. To be honest, you know, he's great. Kaya, yeah, Kaya's, let's put her in C. She's okay, but she's just, you know, I couldn't justify putting her any higher. No, and I'd probably say the same with Igaram. Igaram's okay. I like Igaram. You know, I like that he was one of the ones too with the switch where, you know, you thought he was a bounty hunter on Whiskey Peak, and then you got the kind of revelation and all the stuff started for Alabasta. But yeah, Igaram's cool. He's good guy. Helmepo, you know what? I'm going to put Helmepo up here in B. Now, Helmepo is a strange one because obviously he's changed so much. Again, a character that's changed so much from when he was introduced. He's kind of stepped out of his dad's shadow. And I love the kind of friendship, the genuine friendship he's built with Kobe now. And I liked seeing like him and Kobe being kind of out of their depth during Marineford. You know, they were in there and it was kind of like, God, we are not ready for this. It was kind of seeing their perspective as compared to Luffy's, because like Luffy was not ready for it, and they're like the new generation that, you know, we've been following, but they're like, wow, right, this is the stage right here. But yeah, Helmepo's good. Mr. 5, you know, I'll put Mr. 5 in D. And the same with Miss Valentine. That is her name, isn't it? Miss Valentine? Yeah. Yeah. They're just, like, I think that they were kind of cool back then, where they were like, yeah, like decent kind of underlings of this organisation, but they're quite forgettable once you get past them, you know. Miss Valentine's laugh though, my god, she was one of the first ones that had such an annoying such an annoying laugh. But yeah, you know, we moved on from them pretty quick. You know, we moved on from them pretty quick, and then they were just like everybody else in Baroque Works were better, except for two people who we'll get to them. Cricket, you know, Cricket, get him up in 80. Cricket's great. Cricket's great. I was so happy to see him during episode 0. We watched episode 0 on the channel, and I just really, really like this character. You know, I love the payoff. I love the payoff in Skypiea. And like Luffy's motivation of ringing the bell for Cricket. It was all just great. It was all great. You know, just he's a character that I want to, now that he has kind of left Jaya, because that was the kind of thing at the end where he was like, right, let's go, like, because he got that weight off his shoulders, and he's like, right, let's go now on an adventure. So I really want to see what he's up to now in current time, and I would love for him to meet up with the crew again. Is it Lafayette or Lafitte? It's something like that. He's okay. I'll put him in C. I don't like him as much as Burgess, but he's that kind of creepy. I think it was him that he showed up at was that Marijoa he appeared in? How the hell did they get in there when you think about it? Because he was the one that showed up at the meeting for like the Warlords to suggest Blackbeard. Okay. Maybe more of this guy than meets the eye, but yeah, okay, let's put him there. Belmere. Oh, God, Belmere. I love Belmere so much. Now, when we did the East Blue one, I put Belmere in S tier, right? This is going to pain me to do this. But I think I'm going to put her in A. Because I feel like it's just... it's hard, guys. It's hard to kind of rank a major character, like someone that's been in the series from the start, like a Straw Hat, as compared to a backstory character that's only in maybe like 2 episodes, right? She left such a strong impression on me. The same with like a couple of other flashback characters we'll get to. But I think like I put her so high at the start because she was probably the first like flashback character that made a big impression on me. You know, I mean, like ones that like aren't going to be in the current story, like she only appeared in the flashback. But yeah, you know, she was great. She was fantastic. I loved Belmere. You know, it's like Nami's flashback was a game changer. You know, Sanji's was great. Sanji's flashback was great, but I feel like Nami's was the first one that kind of set the standard for what flashbacks would become in the series going forward. And now I'm scared whenever a flashback happens because I'm going to be emotionally devastated, right? Luffy, get him up there, S tier. My favourite protagonist in anything, you know, like I'd say like Luffy and Onizuka from Great Teacher Onizuka are like just my favourite protagonists of all time. And Luffy's he's amazing. He's amazing. And it's strange for me to love a shonen protagonist so much. I'd say probably Yusuke from Yu Yu Hakusho is the only other one that I would put up there. But yeah, you know, like Luffy, like shonen wise, I usually like the kind of, you know, side characters more than like a Naruto or an Ichigo. You know, there's cooler characters usually about, but Luffy's just, how can you not love him? How can you not love him? And he's fantastic. And obviously, like, I don't know if what I'll do is like the S tier at the end, if we've got time, depending on how long this goes, I maybe move the S tiers and rank them in terms of favourite, and then kind of go down, right? We'll see, guys, how we are on time. Ben Beckman, right? Okay, Ben Beckman. I'm gonna put Ben Beckman in B because I don't know much about him. You know, we've seen glimpses of him in the flashback. It was cool when he showed up at Marineford, and you know, Kizaru was kind of like, oh, well, so it kind of shows you the reputation that Ben Beckman must have. But yeah, I'll put him there because, like I said, I need to see more of him. You know, give me more Ben Beckman. But he's cool. He just looks like a badass. You know what? I'm not. The more I kind of get away and we see more kind of cool villains in One Piece, I forgot their names, but the cat guys from Kuro's crew, not great, are they? You know, let's be honest, they're not great. It's a bit ridiculous, you know. It's one of those ones where, I don't know, I feel, I can understand people's pain now when you're trying to get someone new into One Piece. And you're just kind of like, right, just get past, just get past this at the start. You know, we don't want to. These guys suck, right? Let's just get to the good ones. So yeah, not a great fan of the cat guys. Bellamy. Oh God, where do I want to put Bellamy? Do you know what? I'm going to put Bellamy in A, I think. Maybe B. Yeah, because there's a lot of, you know. Oh God, I'm torn between, because like, Bellamy was a good villain. He was a good villain. He made you hate him in such a short time. I'll put him in B just now. Bellamy made you hate him in such a short time. And he played his part fantastically, you know. And that was one of the most satisfying moments, was that fight. You call it a fight. That punch that Luffy gave him. Bellamy was good. Do you know what? I'm going to put Bellamy in A. I'm going to put Bellamy in A. You know, I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed the Bellamy stuff. And I thought that he was a great villain in such a short time. Let's give him his props. Let's put him in A. Wapple. Do you know what? I'm going to put him in D. I'm not going to put him in trash. I don't like him as a character. You know, I'm going to put him in D because he still played his role as like a scumbag in Drum. I just hate how goofy he is. You know, I think I've spoken about this before, but that's what holds Drum back for me from being a top tier arc, is that I wish there was a more serious villain. Not a huge fan of Wapple. You know, I think he holds Drum back. But yeah, you know, that's where he is. I forgot this guy's name. You know, Bellamy's kind of vice captain guy. He was okay. Do you know, he was like, yeah, but he like I said, he played his part, same as Bellamy, same as Wapple, but, you know, Bellamy kind of excelled, whereas this guy, he was good because he was the one that was kind of, you know, he was the guy that was kind of telling the crew, you know, he was the, haha, I'm the arrogant, you know, we're the big shots, you guys suck kind of thing. So yeah, it was okay. It was good to see that shock on his face when the Wanted poster hit him and he realised that it was real. Right, okay. God. Shandians, right? This guy wasn't great. Didn't leave much of an impression on me. Out of all the Shandians, I'd say he's probably the one that I've forgotten all about. And I do not know his name. So, put him there. This guy... Oh, God, he's got a name. It began with a K. It was like a longer name. Oh, I can't remember. I remember, like... I don't know. But, you know... He was okay. I'd say out of the Shandians, besides Wiper, he's probably my favourite. He's probably the coolest one out of the Shandians besides Wiper. So let's put him there. Pearl. This is a tough one. Guys, this is a tough one to rank because Pearl should be dead. Pearl should be dead and gone, right? If Pearl was dead, he'd be an A tier. If he was dead, he'd be an A tier. I'm not going to put him in trash as like a joke. right? You know, I'm going to put him. I'm going to put him in C. You know, God, the sad thing is, like, we joke about it because he should be dead, right? But before all that happened, I really liked Pearl. Pearl was a good character. And that sacrifice would have made him a great character. But here we are. Chaka, same with Chaka. You know, Chaka was okay. He was good, loyal. But yeah, you know, once you move past, you kind of, you know, forget about him a bit. But he had a cool devil fruit. He turned into a jackal. That was cool. Oh, what's his name? Do you know what? I don't care, right? I'm putting this old man in B. Is it Toto? Toto? Koza's dad. He was good. He was a good character. I really liked him. I liked the kind of connection that he had with Luffy. I enjoyed that little story arc there. And I liked the, you know, how happy he was at the end of Alabasta when Vivi was giving her message. Yeah, I really liked him. It's probably higher than people were expecting a character like this to be, but he left a bit of an impression on me. I liked him. Cabbagey. God, what did I think of Cabbagey? You know what? I'm gonna put him there. Yeah. Not a huge fan. You know, he's just kind of there. And Buggy's crew. I don't have much to say about him, really. He's not great, is he? But Nami, great, yeah. There's great. Right there, up in S tier. Amazing. I've loved Nami, you know. When did I kind of cement her as like an S tier character? Probably during Arlong Park. Right? First impressions, you were like, oh, okay, you know, she's okay, and then you kind of see the growth kind of going through that, and then the kind of acceptance of who she was in Arlong Park, and then, you know, her role in the crew is like the kind of like, you know, the den mother, kind of like the boss. She looks on the ship, she's in charge, she's looking after everything, keeping the crazy guys in line. You know, I love Nami. She's fantastic. And I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to happen now that she's kind of researching the weather and stuff. You know, what's she going to come back with after the time skip? Very excited to see. Doflamingo. Right, let's get him up in A. Very interesting Warlord. And God, he always, like, every time he likes to have, like, monologues, you know, even during the war. Like, during the war, when everyone's getting killed around about him, you feel like he's talking to the camera. You feel like he's well, no, it's not a camera, but, you know what I mean? You feel like he's talking to the audience. You know, he's just, like, having these monologues to himself about, you know, the world and things. He's, you know, and he doesn't care. I like that interaction that he had when, you know, he would have been an S tier character if he'd actually killed Gecko Moria, right? But he let him get away. So now he's been demoted to A. So he would have been S tier, he ruined it, right? But I liked it when he had the talk with, you know, one of the world government, where he would write in his face, and he's like, listen, as soon as I get bored of being a warlord, I'm out of here. I don't care. Don't tell me what to do. You know, he seems a bit, you know, he's all over the place. But at the same time, you know, Bellamy and his crew were underneath him. He's making moves. He was the one that owns the auction house in Sabodi. So, like, Doflamingo's had his finger in like pies, like, since all the way back then. He's popped into the series and we've had little glimpses of him. So I'm looking forward to when we'll actually get to interact with him. You know, obviously Luffy was there at Marineford, but we didn't get a kind of interaction between the two because they were both, you know, kind of busy. But yeah, you know, Doflamingo seems good. He's definitely one of the most interesting warlords. This guy's okay. One of the priests, you know, he was fine. You know, I enjoyed the fight with Ganfall was cool, but that's right. Conus, oh my god, Conus, yeah. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna put Conus in C. She was cool. She was kind of that. I think it was tough for her because I felt she kind of felt like the Vivi replacement, and she could not fill those shoes, right? She was the kind of like, oh, the friend we've made here kind of thing. But at no point did I say, oh, I hope Conus joins the crew. You know? So yeah, we'll put her there. Oh, Nojiko. Yeah, Nojiko's cool. She's just put her in C as well. You know, she didn't get much chance to shine. She didn't get much chance to shine. But as Nami's sister, you know, I obviously liked it, the flashback and stuff. Yeah, I like Nojiko. Alvida. God, where would I put Alvida? Probably in C tier as well. C tier's a lot more stacked than I was expecting right off the bat. But yeah, Alvida's okay. You know, she appears like once in a blue moon. Like we saw her there, you know, when Buggy after the war kind of thing, when they got the news of Luffy. I like the fact that she's kind of given up on like the, oh, I'm going to track down Luffy kind of thing, and now she's just a part of Buggy's crew. You know, she's a member of Buggy's crew now, just going with the flow. So yeah, it'd be good to see her again. You know, I like that she's part of that group, but not much else to say. Oh god, is it Patty? Is that this guy's name? Patty? Was that it? God, it's been a while. Yeah, he was okay. Yeah, let's put him in C tier as well. It was okay, but you know, he didn't. He's not a character that stuck with me, you know, throughout the series. But it was fun. I liked and oh, there's his buddy there. Let's put him there as well. You know, the two of them, the kind of other chefs there that were the main ones besides Sanji. Yeah, I liked that. I liked them, you know, the kind of bond, the kind of love-hate bond they had with Sanji. But they really cared about him. You know, we saw that from the goodbye. Oh, man. Kuma. Get him in S tier. Get him in S tier. What a character. What an unexpected character. For me. Like, from what we saw of him in Thriller Bark. Or even what we saw of him, like, when he was introduced alongside, like, Doflamingo and the other Warlords. There's a lot more of this guy than meets the eye. Right? He saved our asses a couple of times. You know, it's sad to, like, if what they're saying is true, if he genuinely has lost his personality, that's devastating. That is devastating, because the last we saw of him, though, it's mysterious, because the last we saw of him, like, just there, before we kind of finished up, he appeared at Subodi. And Shaki kind of went, no, wait a minute, he's on our side. But is he? Is he anymore? But yeah, like the fact that he has ties with the Revolutionary Army as well, you know, we saw in like episode 0 and stuff. And the fact, like, because Ivankov said that he was old friends with him, and that, you know, we knew that he had ties with Dragon based on what he was saying at the end of Thriller Bark. But I didn't expect him to be a full-on member of the Revolutionary Army. So there's many questions about Kuma. I really want to know more about Kuma. I'm hoping we get a backstory about Kuma, so we kind of find out what's the deal here. Because is he a member of the Revolutionary Army that, because like Ivankov didn't know about what was happening with him. You know, Doflamingo had to explain it to him. And I don't know if that's because Ivankov was in prison or that he just lost touch with Kuma. So, was he a member of the revolutionaries that infiltrated the Warlords, or was he working for the world government and infiltrated the revolutionaries? I don't think he was a member of the world government. I think it's the other way around. I think he was a revolutionary and joined the Warlords, because he was a warlord long before he was he was a revolutionary long before he was a warlord. So I'd love to find out the circumstances there. Oh God, there she is. What was her name? Nola? That was it, wasn't it? Or was Nola the snake in the flashback with Nolan and Calgary? Did this big snake have a name? Oh no, that's the same snake. No, wait a minute, sorry. That's the same snake, right? I'm getting mixed up. So yes, Nola. She was a baby snake when Nolan and Calgary was there, and then she grew up to become this snake in the current time in One Piece. Right, that's it. Right, okay. Memories back, right. I love that. And I love the fact that she was kind of crying, and she was thinking of like Nolan and Calgary, and she was trying to help them get the beanstalk, get that down. But yeah. Where would I put her though? You know, like I can't justify putting her really higher than C there too, really. But let's get her there, you know, and while we're here, get Vivi right up in S tier. Vivi's amazing. Vivi is amazing. Like her and Bon Clay. Her and Bon Clay are the kind of wish they were crew members, right? I know Vivi kind of is like an honorary crew member, but I really wanted her to join. I understood why she didn't, but I wish she did. But yeah, I love Vivi. Just we've had companion characters after her, like, you know, Conus. But nobody's been as good as Vivi. She was fantastic. You know, I think maybe it's because of the fact that she was with us for a long time. You know, we met her when we just got to the Grand Line. And then, you know, we had a couple of arcs with her before we even got to Alabasta. But yeah, I love Vivi. And I love the fact that every time we get like a new bounty poster, or we get, you know, something happens in the world, it jumps to Vivi. And Vivi, like, I like that, you know, when I went to Alabasta there, when there was the 3D2Y tattoo that Luffy had to give the message to the crew, Vivi was the only one that kind of went, oh, wait a minute here, what's Luffy trying to say here, kind of thing. So even though she didn't know the context of it, she knew what Luffy was she didn't know what it was, but she knew that Luffy was, you know, he was up to something, and he was giving a message. So I love that. She feels like part of the crew, you know. Calgary. Calgary's an A. I love Calgary. And we get to Noland as well. One of my favourite flashbacks in One Piece. And it just is, I think it's one of the very rare flashbacks as well, where it doesn't involve like a crew member. Or like, you know, someone that's going to be a crew member. But I love that flashback. And it increased the stakes of Skypiea and what was going on there. Like, just lifted it all up, and it got you so much more invested in it. You know, it was great. It was such a powerful flashback to be put in there. Yeah, the mayor from like Orangetown, let's just put him in there. You know, he's one of those guys, I couldn't justify putting him higher, really, could I? You know, he didn't leave much of an impression on me. There's Chu as well. Like, you know, I love Chu as like this little dog, right? You know, she was great, but you know, it was, what was it, like a couple of episodes, and the characters we've met since are just, you know, I can't justify them going higher than that. This guy sucks. This guy sucks. My God, just like what I was talking about before, where like the villain like draws, you know, or brings Drum down a bit. This guy just, you know, and they get made into the one person. It just sucked. He sucked. Right, crap character. Chu's alright. You know, like he's probably my least favourite of Arlong's crew. You know, not great. You know, and there's been so much more great characters since. God, Crocodile. Get him up in S tier. Let's get him up in S tier. Crocodile. My favourite Warlord. Right? I know he's not one anymore, but he was. Favourite Warlord and favourite villain. Favourite villain in One Piece. Crocodile. And my God, what a twist, you know, to have to work together with him and Impel Down, and then, oh my God, the fact that because like, all bets were off when we got to Marineford. They went straight for Whitebeard, right? But even though the fact that Luffy stopped him, I love the fact that a couple of times he stepped in, right? He saved Ace. Okay, I know it didn't, right? But just let me have it. He saved Ace, you know, when everybody else was kind of like, oh, what's going to happen here? He was the first one to step in and save Ace. And then he saved Luffy and Jinbei when Akainu was going after them. Oh man, you know, unexpected from Crocodile. And I'm very interested to see, after the time skip, if we bump into Crocodile, how's that interaction going to go? Are we enemies now, again? I don't know. I feel like you could tell that he warmed to Luffy. I feel like even in Alabasta, after what happened in Alabasta, you could tell that the respect was there. But definitely after like Impel Down in Marineford, you know. And it's weird because like if he does bump into us again, how's he going to react to like Robin? You know, like Miss All Sunday being there and that as well. Just God, Crocodile's amazing. Oh, that's bad. I forgot his name. Dalton. Gee, I forgot. Dalton. Yeah, Dalton was cool. He was cool, but I can't justify. No, in fact, I can really. I actually did really like Dalton, so I'm going to put him there. Yeah, Dalton was cool. I like Dalton. You know, him and Dr. Kureha. Yeah, they were cool. I like his devil fruit as well. I like what he did to kind of help Chopper. Yosuke and Johnny. Yeah, I love Yosuke and Johnny. Let's get them in B. I love Yosuke and Johnny. I really hope that someday we would see them again. In the current story, but I can't see them like ever going to the Grand Line. Maybe they go to the Grand Line, but like we're going to the New World, so I don't see us bumping into Yosuke and Johnny. Right? But yeah, I love Yosuke and Johnny and their relationship with Zoro. You know, and I like the fact that after they heard Nami's story, before the Straw Hats even went there, they went and challenged Arlong's crew. You know, they went for it. You know, so I respect that. I respect that from Yosuke and Johnny. Oh, Yasop, the best dad in the world, right? Where are we putting Yasop? You know, let's put him in C, because like we don't know much. We don't know much about Yasop and the fact that he's a bad dad. But yeah, he's a member of Shanks' crew. And he's cool. You know, he gives a cool vibe, but there's not much else to him. Don Krieg. yeah, is he D? Because like Don Craig was, it's crazy because like he was a decent villain. Let's put him in D. He was a decent villain in the East Blue, but then, I mean, you can't really compare him to like the newer ones. He's kind of meh, you know, kind of forgettable. So yeah, I'd put him there. Like he's not a great villain, but he played his part. You know, he was there to get wrecked. So yeah, oh, Dr. Hero, right. Yeah, I'm gonna put Hero in S tier. I need to put Hero in S tier. Like he left such a strong impression on me. I loved his character. I loved his character. You know, God, like he was one of the reasons where I wanted to put Drum like up there, like S tier arc. You know, the flashback was Chopper's flashback was amazing, amazing. And yeah, he left a strong impression. Now, sadly, it gets brought down with, you know, Wapple and his people, but Hero, and I love that it was made. There was a comment left in the last video when Rayleigh was explaining Haki, and they said that you know, Hero was kind of hinting at Haki with kind of the comments he was making to Chopper. You know, it was broke down for me in his statements and that, but I like that when he was talking about pirates and the things that they could do. So a little bit of foreshadowing from Hero there. But yeah, I love Hero, guys. Like you know that yourself. You've watched the channel for a while. You know that I love Hero. Oh, this guy from the White Berets. Yeah, he was me. He was me. Like you don't really remember him much. You know, I liked the kind of the turmoil he was in because of the position that he was there. Because you know, he's trying to put on a kind of front to protect the people, but then in L he has to kind of appease him. So yeah, it was a tough spot for him, but yeah, it's cool. Oh, the monkeys, Cricket's monkey guys. Yeah, they weren't great, right? They weren't great. Where's the other one? Right, it'll probably be further down. But yeah, I mean, they were fun. They were fun characters, but you know, they weren't the best. Dory and Brogy though, I like Dory and Brogy. You know, let's get them in B. Dory and Brogy were cool. You know, I liked that. They were the most interesting part of Little Garden. And yeah, I love that. And obviously people mentioned as well, once Haki was explained to me, that they kind of hinted at being able to use Haki as well with what they, I don't know what they called it, but it was like, you know, when they used their weapons to cut through the big fish. So yeah, like I'm really hoping that they got to meet up with I think at one point, what do you call it? Oimo and Kashi. I hope that they went and got them. You know, and they're not still fighting. They're not still fighting on Little Garden after all this bloody time. Crocus. You know, it's crazy. Get Crocus up there as well. Yeah, and B. Crocus, unexpectedly, I'm a member of Roger's crew. That's crazy. You know, I liked Crocus, but he was a member of the Roger Pirates. That's insane. Because I had a prediction for a long time that I thought that Dr. Kareha was going to be, or have been, the Doctor that was on Roger's crew. But no, it was Crocus. You know, and I love that. I love that he went and joined the crew to go and look for Brooke and his crew for Laboon. So, you know, good stuff. And let's get Laboon in there as well. Like, let's get Laboon next to Crocus. You know, Laboon's great. You know, the connection with Brooke, my God, that's just amazing. You know, I would never have expected that twist. You know, like, because you forget all about it. It's the perfect distance between arcs. Especially if you, like, I was watching the series like a few episodes a week. you know, like 6 episodes a week, and I'd completely forgotten and then was surprised by the twist, but I couldn't imagine watching it weekly, so it would have been years and years between this setup and then the reveal of Brooke. Oh, great stuff. Great stuff. I can't wait for the reunion between Brooke and Laboon. Sanji, get him up there. Get him up there. I'm very excited to see Sanji, like the results of his training with Ivankov, because Ivankov's one of those characters that is just unexpectedly a badass. Like, he's so strong. We saw him going up against everybody in like Impel Down and Marineford. So yeah, Sanji, you know, learning under him can only be a good thing. So yeah, I can't wait to see Sanji after the time skip. But Sanji's just, you know, he's just one of those characters that are amazing. You know, he's up there. He's up there. But, you know, he has some... I didn't enjoy the Sanji stuff during Thriller Bark. You know, when they kind of gave him that kind of stuff there. Because, like, it's between... like how cool he was during like the previous arcs, the whole Mr. Prince stuff, and then you know, him during Enies Lobby, you know, like having the plan to kind of get us out of there with the Gate of Justice and stuff. You know, he always seemed to be the one that kind of went off on his own, had a little plan, and he's like, right, I'm going to go and sort this for us. So to have the whole, I don't know if it's because of Absalom, we'll get to him. I don't know if it's because of the whole Absalom thing that, you know, made me, you know, just associate that, like, because Sanji was like so involved in that kind of storyline, I was like, eh. But, you know, it's not going to take away from the fact that he's an amazing character. Yeah, I love Sanji. Enel, God, let's get him up there. S tier. Enel is... I really want Enel to kind of pop back into the main story. I know he probably won't because he went to the moon. Went to the moon. But yeah, I'll need to get caught up on the cover stories as well. You know, because I think I've still got a couple to read now. Now that we're past Marineford. I don't know what, because like, obviously I've seen some of the cover stories based up until the point that I was safe at the time. But I'll need to get back in and see what other cover stories are there. But yeah, Enel was great. You know, he basically carried Skypiea as a villain, because I felt like his subordinates, the priests, weren't great. You know, he didn't have a great group under him. But as like a main villain, oh my god, I loved Enel. His power was amazing, and you know, the kind of survival game aspect of it, I loved that. And his like god complex kind of thing. Great villain. One of the best in the series. Karoo. Let's get him up there. I love Karoo. Like he's kind of, you associate him with Vivi. You associate him with Vivi, you know, so he's kind of like as well an honorary member of the crew, you know, because he comes as a package with Vivi. But yeah, he was great. Crew was great, and I love the kind of like emotional moments that he had during like Alabasta, where he was like, even though he got shot, he was kind of fighting through it to kind of get Vivi to safety. Yeah, unexpectedly. I didn't expect to love this duck as much as I did, but I did, right? Full body, yeah, full bodies, you know, I like the fact that he is, you know, under Hina now, him and Django, but yeah, he doesn't stand out, he doesn't jump out at me. Mr. Free, do you know what? Unexpectedly, I really like Mr. Free now. You know, my God, I don't know. I would never, out of everybody, that we kind of got reintroduced to and Impel Down. I didn't expect Mr. Free to jump up as much as he did in my estimations. I loved that. I loved the little kind of character arc that he had. And then obviously him, you know, because of being inspired by Bon Clay, I love that he was the one that kind of, you know, disguised himself as like an executioner and got in there to help save Ace. Loved that. Loved that from Mr. Free. And I love that he's now with Buggy, you know, because those two formed a kind of bond through their antics together. And the fact that he's now, you know, part of Buggy's crew, that gets me excited to see more of Mr. Free in the future, because he's kind of the straight man. He's the straight man in that dynamic where, like, all the antics with Buggy, he's the one that knows what's actually going on and is standing there like, oh my god, how are you getting away with this? Yeah, but he's great. Ganfall. Ganfall, let's get him, you know, he was a good character, Ganfall. I like Ganfall. Yeah, he was a cool old man, you know. He knew Roger, which was cool. But yeah, he was just good. I like that he's kind of back in charge in Skypiea now. But yeah, he was a good character. This guy was weird. This priest, I can't remember his Gidatsu? Is that this guy? That was his name? Chopper beat him? Yeah, it wasn't great. Wasn't great. You know, like I said, like the priest didn't... Out of all the kind of groups that we saw for the series, like the priests weren't great, were they? You know, you had like compared to like some of the crews that we've been up against, or like a, you know, a Baroque Works or a CP9. You know, they weren't great. Oh my god, I forgot his name. Oh my god, I forgot his name. Genzo? Was that it? Genzo, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, I like Genzo. Yeah, let's put him with Nojiko. Let's put them together. That seems fair. You know, I like Genzo. I like that he was basically kind of like Nami's and Dojiko's kind of dad. And I love that. I love that she, you know, you can tell the influence that he had on Nami because of like the pinwheel involving the tattoo as well. And I loved the little thing of the pinwheel and the tangerine on the grave as they were leaving. That was a great little moment. But yeah, like he was the kind of the one holding it together there on that island. Oh, Geen. Now, let's get Geen up there. Geen and B. Geen made a great impression in such a short time. He was the standout character for me in terms of like the villains in Baratie. As much as like Don Craig's went down, but Geen's kind of stuck with me. And it's sad that we didn't really get to see his fate. Hopefully we do at some point, like, but you know, because he got poisoned when he left Baratie. But yeah, Geen was cool. You know, I love that those I don't know what they're called, but those weapons that he used, those were awesome. He was badass. Going Mary, let's just get her up in S tier. My God, Going Mary, one of the most emotional moments in One Piece. Mary's funeral. Oh my God. You know, you don't expect to get to One Piece and fall in love with a ship. You know? But you do. You know, and it's just so sad. But I love the kind of stuff with Frankie, where he kind of made the kind of like the mini Mary and things like that to kind of pay tribute to the Mary that came before. Yeah. God, Mary, a great ship. Fond memories. Now whenever I see her, I just get, you know, like, oh, yeah, the Mary. But I love the build-up of what was about to happen. You know, we got hints of it, you know, before going to Skypiea. And then after Skypiea, even in the kind of filler arc that was good, the G8. You know, we kind of was setting it up and then going to Water 7. You know, it was all good. You know, all the stuff with Iceberg and all that, fantastic. Going Mary, amazing. I miss her. I like the Sunny, but I miss her. I do, you know. Hachi, God, let's get Hachi in A tier. Let's get Hachi in A tier. Unexpectedly, you know, a lovable character now. What a turnaround. Even though, like, in Arlong Park, he wasn't as hateable as, like, the rest of the crew, because he was the kind of, like, you know, funny, goofy, like, dumb guy. But, you know, meeting him again in Subodhi and everything that happened there and everything that happened at the auction house, and, oh my God, how much he went out of his way to try and help us and try and protect the crew from danger, from, like, the Celestial Dragons. Yeah, you know, and it's nice to kind of find out more about the context of the Sun Pirates that we know now about because of the symbol they covered up. You know, with Fisher Tiger, that was his name, wasn't it? So yeah, so that means that he, like Hachi, was obviously on the same crew as Jinbei, like the Sun Pirates, and like Arlong and that as well, because like, yeah, I can see that. Who's that? He has the symbol as well. So I think that basically every member of Arlong's crew must have been a member of the Sun Pirates at one point then. But yeah, you know, like, it's good to get that kind of more context to it. So I'm hoping that when we go to Fishman Island after the time skip, we'll get on. We'll actually be waiting on Subodhi. We might meet him on Subodhi, or we might meet him at Fishman Island. I don't know. He might hang around with Shaki. But I hope he comes with us to Fishman Island and we get to see Hachi and Jinbei interacting and see what how their relationship is current time. Hina. Hina's okay. You know, we'll just put her in C. Not great. You know, we haven't had much time with her to kind of show her personality. But yeah, she seems cool. Oh, great. Yeah, trash. These guys are trash. They are the little brothers of Satori, who, when we get to him, I'm guessing you're going to know where he's going as well. Oh, in fact, here we go. Actually, perfect. We've got 3 trash characters in a row. Boom. There we go. Right? My God, Satori and his brothers were annoying. Like, oh my God, they're just crap, right? And then Miss Merry Christmas and Mr. 4, that just, like, I wish they weren't there. They to me are the kind of, like, weak point of Baroque Works. You know, I wish that they would switch places. I wish that Mr. 5 and Miss Valentine were actually Mr. 4, and, you know, like, they were the higher rank, because these two suck. They were so annoying. And I really liked the fight they had with Usopp and Chopper though. That was great, but it was more about Usopp and Chopper having their moments than them being actually good villains. They sucked, right? They did. Let's be clear. Oh, Isa. I liked Isa. Let's get her up in B. I liked Isa. I liked her. She was good. I consider her more of the companion character for Skypiea, more than Conus, really. Yeah, she was good. And I like that she was kind, like, we know now that it's Haki, right? But through her mantra, it was very interesting to find out more about that kind of ability from Isa. And it's crazy that she has Haki at such a young age. So hopefully we get to see her again, hopefully. Hopefully we do. Django. You know what? I think I like Django more than Full Body. So let's get him in C. You know, I like that he's a Marine now. That was unexpected, but he's a Marine now. And he's under Hina. So we got to see, you know, like, as much as, like, we'll give them props, because Helmeppo and Kobe were terrified during Marineford, but Django and Full Body, they were going for it. They were going for it. They tried to take on Luffy and stuff. But yeah, you know, good for them. Kobe, like Kobe and A tier. Kobe's just, you know, you root for him. He's just a good guy. Kobe's a good guy. And I like that he's kind of, he unlocked observation hacking, I believe, because he was kind of feeling the same things as Isa, you know, because he described it the same way as her, where he was saying that people's voices were disappearing. So that's interesting, you know. So hopefully, over this 2-year time skip, Kobe's going to learn a little something as well, you know. I wonder how Akainu feels about Kobe. You know, because Kobe stepped up. Kobe stepped up to save the day. You know, even Shanks acknowledged it. So give Kobe his props. Give him his props. Koza. Yeah, let's put him in D. You know, Koza was good. I liked it, you know, childhood friends with Vivi and stuff, but, you know, he's a character you kind of forget about once you kind of move on from Alabasta. You know, he's not someone who's stuck with me as compared to some of the others. Dr. Kureha. I really like Dr. Kureha. Is she A? Yeah, let's get her in there. Let's get her in A. I love Dr. Kureha. You know, her relationship with Chopper, great. You know, just, she was the first she was the first person, I believe, that mentioned the will of D. And that, you know, the way she said that and the way she spoke about Roger was what made me believe that she might have been the former Doctor on Roger's crew, which we know now it was Crocus. But yeah, that was great. I love the kind of farewell, you know, kind of with Hero Looks research and the goodbye to Chopper. I like that, and I'm always happy to see her. Whenever they kind of get the bounty posters and that, and like you get to see her reaction, I like that. She's like a proud mum. A proud mum. Kuro. Do you know what? Let's get Kuro in B. I feel like Kuro is one of the best early villains in One Piece. You know, I think he stands above people like Don Krieg. You know, he belongs probably there. He's a good villain. You know, his crew sucked. But him as a villain and the kind of like stuff that was going on at Usopp's village, yeah, he was good. Oh, good. Trash. Let's get you along with your buddy there. He was trash. That was just the other guy from Drum, so he sucked. Kurobi? Is that it? He was okay. Oh. Let's put him alongside Chew. Do I put him in C? Because I liked him more than Chew. But nah, there wasn't much to his personality, was there? Nah, there wasn't much to him. You know, he's not nothing compared to like a Hatch or an Owl Long. Yeah, not much to him. Him and Chew, they filled the roles well for like the fights with the Straw Hats, but you know, wasn't much else to them really. Lucky Roo. We'll put him in C. I'd like to know more about him. You know, but he's not as cool as Ben Beckman. But he's one of the more memorable members of Shanks' crew. You know? And I like that you can tell based on what he's kind of saying that you know, you can tell that Shanks' crew all like Luffy. But I feel like Lucky Roo is one of the ones that's kind of, you know, same as Shanks, where he's like, oh man, Luffy. They're always excited to hear Luffy's name. I like that. This guy was actually pretty cool. But not very memorable. Let's put him in D. Yeah, with the Shandians. I didn't like him as much as this the other guy. But yeah, he was okay. I liked his fight with Zoro. Buggy. Let's get Buggy in A tier. Right, I know, guys. Right, don't start. Right, I know. The Buggy love that's out there. I know. And you're all going to be jumping into the comments being like, oh, Buggy's not an S tier. He's not S tier. Right? He is hilarious. I love the Buggy stuff. Right? The difference in Buggy from, the start of the series and the potential I thought he had as a villain as compared to, after the war and everything there. And I'm pretty sure that letter he got from the government is going to ask him to become a warlord, which will be amazing, right? I can't justify putting him in S tier. I cannot, right? But he is great. I love seeing him bounce off certain characters. And the fact that he keeps getting away with this. The fact that he has all these world-renowned, wanted, criminals following him. And they love him. They love him. They think he's the best thing since sliced bread. They think he is amazing. And I want to see how long he can keep that going. Blackbeard. Blackbeard. Do you know what? I think he probably deserves to be S tier. I think he probably deserves it. Dastardly villain. I hate him. I want to see him get smashed. But he has, compared to the kind of little bits we've seen of him in the series, he has kind of cemented himself as probably the main villain in One Piece. Yeah, he deserves to be up there. He deserves to be up there. I cannot wait to see him getting smashed though. Mary, yeah, Mary's okay, but he's just, he's one of those characters where I'm like, yeah, Mary's cool. Thanks to him, we got, the ship that we love to this day. But, he's not as good as any of these characters. Moji, yeah, you can go alongside your buddy. I like I said, I like how much they love Buggy. Buggy's crew loves him, right? But yeah, they're not great. Dragon. Let's get Dragon in A. Get Dragon up there in A tier. He's not an S tier. I think he might be once I bloody see more of him. Once I see more of him, I would love to see more Dragon. I hope that we get to see Robin meeting Dragon. I know that it's going to be a 2-year time skip, but my God, just let me see that interaction, please. I'm begging you. But yeah, Dragon's a cool kid. He's just a mysterious character. He popped up in the flashback and that there. I was kind of hoping, once they kind of had that scene where they were talking about the wounds I was hoping that was Sabo they were talking about because he went to the ceremony. So I was hoping that they'd maybe saved young Sabo. And I love that interaction that you had with Sabo. That kind of showed you why he became a revolutionary. Based on what Sabo said to him. But yeah. Just give me more. Give me more Dragon. I'm sure he will move up to S tier if I get a little bit more. Noland. God, I want to put him in. I kind of want to put Noland in S tier, guys. Put him there with Calgary. I love Noland. But I'm kind of getting the same kind of feelings as like Belmere. Like Noland was S tier for me. But can I justify it? Can I justify putting him in S tier? You know, him and Belmere were up there. You know what, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I love Nolan. Let's get him up there. No, we'll put him down just now. Right, wait a minute. We'll put him alongside Calgary. Right? We'll wait and see. I'll see how my feelings change as we progress through. But yeah, I love Nolan so much. You know, he's great. And I love the kind of connection. Someone said in the last video as well. You know, the connection that's been made that like Usopp during his training, he is described as like a notable liar who now is going to specialise in plants. You know, a botanist, big Nolan, he was him, but he wasn't a liar. Nolan was not a liar. Let's get that clear, right? It's because of that stupid king. Nolan was a man of integrity. Morgan. Oh God, Morgan. Yeah, Morgan was okay. He's just, we've moved on. We've moved on. Morgan is old news. It was good for like the very start of the series, and I love the thing when it was pointed out to me at the time that it was actually him that was hypnotised to believe that he'd captured Kuro. So I loved that at the time, the little connection there between those arcs. But yeah, Morgan's, he's, you know, I'd like to see what he's up to now, because like when last we saw him, he escaped from Gap. But yeah, he's there. Oh, Zeph. Get Zeph up there. Zeph is an A-tier character. Zeph is amazing. You know, I loved Baratie. You guys know how much I love Baratie. You know, that was like that's the arc for me. Like in the East Blue, that's the kind of first arc that you get to that you go, right, okay, this is what One Piece is going to, like going forward, that set the standard. Baratie was great. And Zeph is amazing. Zeph was such, like, that farewell to Sanji and then what he did during the flashback. Legend. Absolute legend. Oh, the king. Yeah, I'll put him in C. And you know what? I can maybe even see myself putting Cobra. It's Cobra, isn't it? I can maybe even see myself putting Cobra in B tier. Because I really like Cobra. Well, we'll keep him in C just now. Keep him in C just now. But yeah, you know, like Cobra's a good guy. You know, someone in a place of power in One Piece that's a good dude. Just a good dude. A good dad. To Vivi, just a good guy. You know, we've seen how the world government is. We've seen people like Wappo. You know, these people suck. You know, we've seen the royalty in the Goa Kingdom, where Luffy's from. My God, these people suck. So it makes you really appreciate Cobra when you see the other rulers of One Piece. Cobra's a man. Oh God, Tashigi. Where will I put Tashigi? Do you know what? I could put, probably C. Probably C. It's sad because like there's characters that I really like, but the further we get away from them and don't get much screen time, she's good. She's a good character. But whenever her and Smoker pop up, I'm excited to see Smoker. I'm excited to see Smoker, not her, right? Which is sad, but that's kind of the way it is, right? I do like her though. I do like her. And we know that she's going to be with Smoker. So when we bought, Smoker said that he wants to go to the New World. He made that request to Aokiji, so we know Tashigi's going to be there as well. This guy, you know what? He's probably the coolest out of the priests. He was actually okay. Let's put him in C. He was decent as compared to the other priests. I liked him. His fight with Zoro was cool. Along. Oh, A or S. A or S. A or S. Do you know what? Going to put Arlong in A tier. Going to put Arlong in A tier. I feel like Arlong Park is an S tier arc. Arlong was an S tier villain for me. Right? Arlong was an S tier villain for me. I think he's the best villain in the East Blue. But things have changed. Things have changed because, as you can see from S tier, ever since we left the East Blue, we bumped into the likes of Crocodile, Enel, Blackbeard, some more that we're going to get later in the list probably. So Arlong's kind of slipped. He's kind of slipped. The story of Arlong Park, S tier, but Arlong himself, I think A fits him. Going to see his dad. I'm not going to say a joke, right? But let's put him in D. I was going to put him in trash for a joke because he is not trash. He is a character that should be dead. He should be dead, right? He's the same as Pale. He should not be alive. You know, that sacrifice should have been made. But it's the Oda fake out of, oh, he made a sacrifice to save his daughter. But then he just pops up at the end of the arc and you're like, oh, right, okay, well, it doesn't really mean anything now, does it? But, yeah. So, Ace tier, Ace S tier. It's still painful. It's still painful to talk about. Right? We watched him die. Just a sad, sad moment, guys. Just a sad, sad moment. And even like Oda just being a sadist, you know, killing off Ace and then making us love him even more afterwards by doing the flashback of young Ace. You know, Ace was great. Ace. It's sad that he's not going to be in the series anymore. Do you know, it's a catch-22 because I'll joke about characters like and about Oda not killing people and about, oh, Pearl should be dead, you know, Cronus' dad should be dead, half the people on Skypiea should be dead, blah, blah, blah. And then I get upset when he kills someone. But I'm like, oh, he shouldn't have killed off Ace. But, you know, that's what made it much more impactful, was that you're not expecting it. But, yeah, Ace is just fantastic. And it's nice to have a shonen where they're, even though they're not blood related, that we found out, but it's nice to have a brotherly relationship in shonen that's actually, you know, lovely, you know, as compared to some of the others. You know, I didn't want any of that, you know, Sasuke, Itachi nonsense. So I was glad when Ace was introduced, he was like, oh, it's just a good big brother. Just a good big brother. And I love the flashback where we got to see that bond being formed, you know, because it didn't start off on the best, you know, the best foot. Makino's cool. Let's put it in C. Makino's cool. I love that. I love how much she cares about Luffy and Ace. You know, we saw that from when Garp went back there. She was crying, the Dan. Yeah, Makino's cool. Makino's cool. It was nice to see her in the flashback again. God, the lion. So Richie. Yeah, we'll put him with his master there. You know, he's a lion. He's a lion. Like what else can I say? Roger. Do you know what? Let's get Roger up in A tier. At the end of the video, I might sort the A tier as well. Just depends how like busy these two top ones are. But yeah, Roger's, you know, Roger's amazing. Like Rogers is the character that is driven the series. He is the Pirate King. But I'm always glued to the screen whenever Roger appears. You know, that little flashback of him talking to Whitebeard. And we know that Roger basically explained to Whitebeard about the Will of D. Oh, I was so angry at that. I was so angry they cut away. You know, it was, you know, I've got so much questions about that, and then Roger's just like, yeah, let me explain it to you. So basically, and then cut back to current time. Oh man, Oda, why? right? But yeah, every time we get to see, like, we got to see little bits of him from episode 0, you know, Roger just, I think based on what kind of really seen, he's very much, you know, like Luffy. You know, he's like an older Luffy, and I love that. But he's like a mix of Luffy and Ace, obviously because Ace is his like son, but he's like a mix of like Luffy and Ace, and I like that. I can't remember this guy's name. Sniper from Blackbeard's crew. He's just okay. He's just okay. I don't like him as much as like Burgess, but yeah, he's okay. Shanks! Get Shanks up there. S tier. Shanks amazing. Shanks, like, even without the stuff in like Romance Dawn, just had the little appearances he's made through the series, you know, the interaction with Whitebeard, you know, getting to see him meeting Ace has been great. You know, the fact that he's a member of, you know, he was like one of the young members, him and Buggy, both part of Roger's crew, that's great. You know, his interaction with Rayleigh when he was telling Rayleigh about Luffy, I love Shanks. But then him appearing and stopping the war, what a moment. What a moment. And we got to see more of his crew. But God, I cannot wait until we actually get the Shanks and Luffy, you know, meeting. Because even though they were there at the same time, it's like what Shanks said himself when he kind of gave the hat. He's like, you know, it's not time. It's not time. But God, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Shanks is just like, Shanks is one of those characters that's always been, he's always been round about the S tier. You know, I don't think I've ever put him as S tier before because of his, like, such sporadic screen time. Like he would have pop into the series for, you know, 10 minutes and then bugger off again. But I think he's earned it. I think he's earned it. Oh, here's the other monkey. The other monkey guy. Where's your? There. We'll put you alongside your brother. Smoker. Yeah, Smoker's A. Smoker is just, like I said, I'm always happy to see Smoker. I'm always happy to see Smoker, and I'm happy that he is going to kind of keep going after Luffy. As much as well, you could tell after Alabasta that he has respect for Luffy. You know, after what happened there, he respects Luffy. But I like that he's kind of, they kind of have a similar relationship, I feel, to Roger and Garp. Because, like, obviously he's a Marine, Luffy's a pirate, but you could tell from when, like, Roger and Garp were talking, and that there, and from what Roger said to Garp, where they had a kind of closeness as well. So, yeah, looking forward to seeing Smoker again after the time skip. And now that Luffy is learning Haki and will be able to fight against Logia, oh my God, as much as I love Smoker, I want to see Luffy beat the crap out of him, because I want that shock. I want that shock of him, you know, doing that. Zoro, guys, there is no question. Zoro is S tier. You guys know, if you've been watching the channel for a while, like, Luffy and Zoro have always been battling it out for the spot of my favourite character. I love the bond between them. Love it. I love that, you know, he's like the vice captain, but he's such a badass. Such a badass, you know, the nothing happened moment was just that skyrocketed them to the top of the list. But even at that, like, even that moment we got there, even though, like, we've not been with him for a while, that moment there when he you know, bowed down to Mihawk and asked him to train him, I love that, because it's like Mihawk said, he's throwing his pride away for Luffy. I love that so much, because you can tell the change of like from when Zorro joined the crew, when he said, you know, if you get in the way of my dreams, my ambitions, that I'll cut you down, kind of thing. And now he's like, those dreams and ambitions, he's putting them to the side for Luffy. God, I love him. I love him. Zorro's the man. Oh, the Doctor from Blackbeard's crew. Yeah, he's not great, is he? He's probably my least favourite member of Blackbeard's crew. Because like the whole, you know, sleepy, you know, drooping off the horse kind of thing, it gets old quick. You know, he's just not much else to him. Mr. One. Let's get Mr. One up there. Put him in B. Put him in B. He's not quite in the A, you know, but he is a badass. He's a badass character. One of the best of Baroque works. We didn't get much from him, you know, because we got to get introduced to Mr. 1, 2 and 3 again in Impel Down, but he didn't get much to do, you know. We got more time with like Bon Clay and Mr. 3, but you know, Mr. 1, he's the kind of, he's the loyal to Crocodile guy, you know. They all kind of went their separate ways, you know. Mr. 1 stuck with Crocodile, Bon Clay with Luffy, and Mr. 3 went with Buggy, and they went and did their thing. So I like that. You know, we got the split of Baroque works there. But yeah, he is cool though. He's a badass character. Chopper. Do you know what? Do you know what? Does he belong in S tier? I've always put Chopper in A tier. On the cusp of S tier. But does he belong? Does he belong in S tier now? Do you know what? Let's put him in there. Let's put him in there. I'm looking forward to seeing Chopper after the time skip. But what I liked about Chopper was that when we saw it there, we got that kind of moment that came full circle for Chopper, where he spoke about, you know, how self-conscious he was and how much he hated being called a monster. And then that kind of moment there where he's crying, he saw the newspaper and he's saying, yeah, like, I will become a monster for Luffy. I like that. I like that. And I feel like, I don't know what it is with Chopper. I feel like a little bit of separation there has made me appreciate him more. Where I'm like, oh man, I miss Chopper. I miss his reaction to everything. So yeah, let's give Chopper his props. Let's give Chopper his props. Let's put him in there. You know, he's not my favourite member of the crew, but he's, you know, you know what you're getting with Chopper. He's adorable, right? He's adorable. He's the Doctor. He's very important to the crew. But yeah, I wouldn't, you know, he's not anywhere near some of the other crew members for me, but I'm happy to put him kind of like bottom of S tier. You know, because I feel like I said, like I think I appreciate him more and what he brings to the series for the fact that we've not been with him for a while. So yeah. Oh, and here we go. Easy S tier. This one's easy. I was debating with the Chopper one, but no, not for Robin. Not for Robin. She belongs in S tier. Amazing character. I love Robin. You know, one of my favourites. And she jumped up there. She became like my third favourite character. You know, after all the stuff with Enies Lobby. But my God, yeah, she's great. She's great. And like the backstory and everything that happened at Enies Lobby was, you know, good enough and like a I want to live moment, my God. But the fact that she is going to meet the Revolutionary Army, right? We're going to get Robin meeting Dragon. Oh my God, they have to show me that. They have to show me that. Usopp, another easy S tier. Because the thing is, and I was speaking about this, like, even though like Water 7 and Enies Lobby were kind of like Robin's, you know, like about Robin's character, about her backstory and everything that was kind of going on there. I believe that those were like Usopp's arcs as well. My God, Usopp in those arcs was amazing, and the character development that he's had, fantastic. Usopp jumped up there for me as well. You know, like the fight with Luffy, one of the most emotional moments in One Piece. And I feel like out of every Straw Hat, he has had the most growth. And he belongs there. He belongs there. You know, he's the everyman that's part of a crew of monsters, but he belongs. You know, and he's kind of the glue that holds the crew together. We saw that from how devastated they were when he left. Oh, perfect. There you are. Trash. Satori. Trash. Absolute trash character. Just shouldn't be in the series. Garbage. And it's not even the fact that it's so annoying. It's the fact that we spent so much time on this character. Like on that fight with Satori. Oh my God, man. And then when you thought it was over, those brothers has showed up. I'm not going to get into it, right? I'm not going to get into it. It's trash. God, I can't remember her name. But the Shandian, Lackey. Is that it? Lackey? I think it's Lackey. So, yeah, she's not memorable. She's not memorable. I liked her at the time where I was like, yeah, she's cool. But I feel like she's another person that probably should have died. You know? We got that emotional moment when Enel was going after and like Wiper was holding on to the spiked cage and she got kind of, you know, blasted. Yeah, I think that would have been a much more emotional if she actually just had died. But, hey ho. Oh, the mayor. Yeah, the mayor's okay. Let's put him with Makino there. Mayor's cool. I like how much he cares for Luffy. You know, he's the one that's always kind of, he's like the grumpy little, you know, oh, become a pirate, blah, blah. But he loves Luffy. I like that. Oh, Wiper. Oh, God, I want to put Wiper in S tier? No, let's put him in A tier just now. I loved Wiper. Wiper was a badass character. And I loved the connection of like, you know, because obviously he's like the descendant of Calgara. And I love the moment when he starts crying, when Robin reveals why the Straw Hats are there. You know, and about cricket. Because like Wiper and cricket are like the new generation of like Nolan and Calgara. I love that so much. Unexpectedly great character. I didn't think I'd love him as much as I did, like at the end. Oh, this guy sucks. Yeah, he was this guy was just like a big priest guy, wasn't he? I remember that. Like Robin just destroyed this guy, but he wasn't. You know, I don't think he was even a priest, really, was he? He was just like I think he was in charge of like the goat men or something. I don't know, but he wasn't great, right? He wasn't great. Oh, Miss Doublefinger, she was cool. She wasn't as cool as Mr. Lund, though. We didn't really get to see much. Because like obviously, yeah, we'll put her in C. Yeah, I like the fight with Nami, but yeah, she had a ridiculous walk. Her walk was insane, right? But yeah, she was cool. I like the kind of undercover working at the cafe kind of thing. That was good. Oh, Sabo's mum. Trash character. You know, she's just, and it's that kind of way where I'm like, yeah, she served her purpose, but yeah, let's get Sabo's dad in there as well. Yeah, they sucked. Both as characters in general, and just like they were just crap. Dogra, I like this. They're putting names with certain characters because they're like, you're probably not going to remember. You're probably not going to remember these characters' names. And And I wouldn't have Dogra, but I like Dogra and Magra. You know, I like them. Let's put them both in C tier. They were cool. I like that. I like the kind of like little family bond that they had with the boys and with, you know, the bandits and stuff. So they were good. Yeah. Hilden, the vampire zombie. Let's put him in D. He was okay. Served his purpose. You know, he's not trash like some of the other filler back characters that we're probably going to get to and put them down there. But yeah, he was cool. Now, Ryuma, he wasn't cool. He was okay. This guy's cool. Ryuma, he was a cool zombie. In fact, you know what? I'm going to put him in A tier. Or will I put him in B? No, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to move him down to B. Let me look at who I've got here, right? Do I want to put him beside, like, does he belong beside, like, Roger and Dragon and, you know, Smoker? But then in B, we've got, like, Mr. One and Ging, Crocus, Dalton. Yeah, you know what? But there wasn't much personality to him because he had, like, Brooks. Shadow. Do you know what? I'm going to put him in B. I think it's not so much the character, but it's the premise and the kind of the lore behind the character that gripped me. You know, him being from Wano, and like him, like the stuff with like the sword, giving it to Zoro, and the kind of tie-in. You guys told me about the tie-in of like he was like the main character of like one of Oda's other works. I can't remember the name of it. Was it Monsters? Was that it? I can't remember, but yeah. Yeah, we'll put him there. Because I'd like to find out more. I'd like to get the kind of backstory behind him. But yeah, put him there. Spandam's dad was trash. Wasn't much else to him. You know, Spandam was a good villain, but his dad was meh. Sabo. Oh God, I love Sabo. Does he belong in S tier though? Do you know what? Yeah, he does. He does belong in S tier because he was a very important character, and like I love the dynamic between those three brothers. That flashback was great. I really hope he's not dead. I really hope he's not dead. You know, it's One Piece, so let's hold out hope. If Moria got to survive, but it's that thing. I spoke about this before, where I'm like, I hope he's alive, but I can't see him being alive because there's no way he wouldn't have gotten in touch with Luffy and Ace after all that time. So I don't know. I hope he is though, because he's an awesome little character. He was great. You know, I loved Sabo. Oh God, from Amazon Lily, yeah, the most serious one. Yeah, she's D. You know, she wasn't great. Dadan is an S tier character. I don't care what anybody says. I will argue with anybody about this. She was amazing. Made such a strong impression on me. And like seeing the kind of, she basically became their mum. Like she didn't want anything to do with it, but she became their mum begrudgingly. You know, and that scene where she was punching Garp, oh my God, that was so emotional. I loved it, Dan, and I loved people pointing out to me too about her necklace and about obviously Ace. He kind of got that from her. Love it, love the Dan, and like even the bit there after the flashback, punching Garp, but I love her holding the newspaper up and crying to the treehouse. You know, to tell Ace about Luffy. Amazing. Love her. Oh, this Vice Admiral guy. Yeah, he's okay. He's not the most memorable. We'll put him in D. Out of the Vice Admirals, Oh, Usopp's little buddies. Where do I wanna? Yeah, I'll put them in D as well. Like that, I like seeing them. You know, they're good kids. You know, I like to see them. I love to see the reaction to the Soga King wanted poster. What I really want, what I really want, because obviously they said that the people in the town didn't believe them, that it was Usopp, but they knew it was Usopp. What I really want is for like Usopp to get an actual bounty poster, and to see their reaction, so they can show the townspeople that they're not lying, and that Usopp has become a big deal. I'd love that. Oh God, what's his name again? What is this guy's name again? The treasure chest. You know what? I'm not going to put him in trash, right? It was an insane episode, and the fact that it was canon was amazing to me. But he's not trash. He was a decent little guy. You know, let's give him his props. Blue Jam. Blue Jam was just me. You know, the arc, like, yeah, let's put him in D. You know, because the arc, it didn't really, I know that he was like the villain of the flashback, but it wasn't really about that. You know, it didn't really need him. Well, it needed him to play his part, yeah, but, you know, I like how stupid he was when he thought that he was going to get made into a noble. That was insane. But, yeah, you know, wasn't the best villain, but served his purpose. Oh God, Miss Golden Week, is that it? Yeah, she wasn't great. You know, her powers were weird with the paint, and someone said that it's not a devil fruit. So I don't know how that works, but yeah, she was meh. Miss Monday and Mr. Nine. Oh God, yeah. You know what? I like the fact that they had their turnarounds, but I can't justify putting them higher than that. They weren't great characters. But, you know, I like the fact that they kind of went against Baroque Works and stood against them to protect, you know, Vivi and Igaram. So, I like that. Oh God, I cannot pronounce this woman's name. I've seen it written. Is it Tsuru? I don't know. But, yeah. Put her in C. She seems cool. Seems to be on friendly terms with Garp. She seems strong. So, I like seeing her in, like, episode 0 and stuff. You know, I'd like to know more about her. But, as of right now, we'll put her there. This guy is probably, in my opinion, the most forgettable Vice Admiral out of every single one of them. Right? So, put him there. Oh God, what was this woman's name again? Oh, with the plates. Zombie with the plates. Oh, what was her name? Oh, that's going to do my head in. But yeah, she wasn't great. I like the kind of twist that the plates thing was someone that was still alive. Like, it wasn't from the actress whose body it was from the shadow. But she kind of regained her. It was weird. It was a weird one. You know, Thriller Bark's a weird art, guys. Marco. Nah, he's going in S tier. I do not care. Marco is great. My God, one of the coolest devil fruits I've ever seen, and he is just. Marco's a badass. I love the kind of flashback, seeing him, you know, with Ace, and kind of trying to help Ace kind of accept to be part of the crew. You know, be part of the crew. And, you know, the speech he made about Luffy, and when they stood up and they was protecting Luffy, Marco is that guy. And I really hope that we get to see him again, like after the time skip. I want to see Marco. I want to see what Marco and the Whitebeard Pirates are up to, you know, after what happens. But I'm guessing Marco will become the captain. You know, surely if like the Whitebeard Pirates, Marco will become the captain because I can't see anybody else filling that role. Like him and Jozu seem to be like the main people there, but I see Marco as more of a captain. You know, because he was Whitebeard's kind of like right hand man. But yeah, Marco is just an absolute badass. Warlords Jr. Get him up in A tier. Unexpectedly. Amazing character. You know, the sacrifice he made, the bond that he had with Ace. Didn't see that coming. You know, when he first popped up at Marineford, I was like, okay. You know, because he's like, you know, a descendant of Oars. But unexpectedly great character. You know, just a big sweetheart. Big Oars the sweetheart. Right. Shiryu. Now, big M. Bison. Let's get him in A tier. Now, he's became probably my favourite member of Blackbeard's crew. You know, he's just sinister. Just sinister and just, you know, he just seems like the fact that he's kind of on par with Magellan. Oh man, I'm glad that he's going to be, you know, part of that going forward, because like that big smug smile on his face as well, same as Blackbeard. I can't wait to see that getting wiped away from him. You know, you can tell he's probably going to be, when we go up against Blackbeard's crew, he's going to probably be Zoro's opponent. You know that way where you see like kind of crews that we're probably going to fight against. You can match the Straw Hats that are going to be fighting them. You know, because like, obviously you've got like, you think about it, it's probably going to be that old Doctor against Chopper. You know, the Sniper against Usopp. Burgess maybe against Sanji? Maybe? But yeah, this guy's definitely fighting Zoro. You know, badass. Now this guy, this Vice Admiral here, we'll put him up a bit. Because he's like, oh, he's the one that's kind of like sinister. You know, he's like I see him as like in fact, a lot of the admirals, we've spoken about this before, a lot of the admirals are like mini Akainus. You know, they have the same kind of thought process about justice as Akainu. And this guy I see as like one of those. Oh my god, Whitebeard. S tier without a doubt. Whitebeard unexpectedly for me became one of my favourite characters in the series in such short time. An absolute badass. So sad that he's dead. Like, I'm just devastated that he died. But they were setting it up that way. You kind of saw it coming. But still. I love Whitebeard. My god. You know, the best dad in One Piece. Whitebeard. God, he's so good. I never expect, like, based on, and it's crazy for me to say this, because we've been with him from the start of the series, but I actually like Whitebeard more than Shanks now. That's how much of an impression that Whitebeard left on me. You know, once at the end, I'm going to try and sort this out in the order in which, you know, my least favourite in S tier. I'm very interested to see where Whitebeard ends up, because my god, I love that character. Speaking of characters I love, Ivankov. God, I just put him straight in the S tier. You know what? I'm doing it. Ivankov is just the best. Like, there's this little group that we formed, right? That are just badasses. That will always have the respect, you know. And that is obviously like, you know, Bon Clay's in there as well. So like the prison group of Bon Clay, Ivankov, and Jinbei. You know, Crocodile was involved too, but he wasn't like, he was kind of there helping out of necessity for himself. That other little group that I just mentioned there, they had Luffy's back through thick and thin, right? They were there the whole way. Ivankov, my God, amazing character. And the fact that he's training Sanji has me very excited. Very, very excited. Josu's cool. Josu's a badass. Like, we put him in A though. He's not quite S tier like Marco, but Josu was awesome. That, you know, him stopping Mihawk's slash, that was amazing. That was great. Akainu. Now, this pains me. This pains me. But he is S tier. Right? I do not want to admit that because I hate him and I want to smash his face. But that's an S tier villain right there. My God, that's an S tier villain right there. Just, you know, if you want to put yourself as like the most hated person, you know, the way it's just killing Ace right in front of Luffy. But not even that, it's anytime he's on screen, he's such an imposing figure, you know? Oh my God, like, just Akainu is like, you know, you've got to judge a villain very differently than you judge a character you love, like Ivankov. Like, these two are S tier for very different reasons. You know, Akainu belongs there though. He's just, he's one of those characters that even if after the time skip we come back and every member of the crew have got an insane power up, even if that happens, anytime we bump into this guy, my thought is going to be run. Just get away from him. You know, Blackbeard, we just saw that there, Blackbeard and his crew. They saw Akainu on that ship and they were like, nah, we're gone. See you later. Oh, squad. Silly squad. You know what? Let's put him in D. I'm not going to put him in trash. Like, I know that's going to be the joke because of what he did to Whitebeard. But I felt really bad for him. I felt bad for him because he was manipulated by Akainu. And, you know, but he's not, like, out of all the people that were kind of allied and all the commanders of Whitebeard, he's not the best, is he? But he played a part. He played an important part in that war, being an idiot. But yeah, I hope we get to see him. I hope we get to see him again, and we get to see, you know, if he's keeping peace with it or not, or he still holds that. If he still holds that with him. Vista. Oh, I like Vista. Do you know what? I'll put him in B. Put Vista in B. He's not quite as badass as Josu, but he's a badass. He is a badass. Like, he is one of the most memorable of Whitebeard's commanders, Vista. He was really, really good. You know, I like that. I like he jumped in to kind of, well, because of Marco, but he jumped in to kind of protect Luffy from Mihawk. He kind of kept him at bay. So Vista's cool. Hannibal was okay. You know, put him in C. It was annoying at times, like the joke, you know, the jokes got a bit, you know, much at times, but he's still like unexpectedly deep character. I like the kind of standoff that he had when he was trying to stop the prisoners and stuff, you know, and then Blackbeard just appeared and went, nah. But yeah, you know, he was good. He played his role well. Inazuma, do you know what? Is he B? Is he C? Probably C tier, isn't he? Because, like, he didn't speak much. He did not speak much. He did help us out a lot, you know. I love that Rupee? Whoa, what just happened there? I love that Luffy calls him Crab-chan. But, yeah, he didn't speak much. But he did play a big part. and the whole Impel Down thing. And he plays part in Marineford as well. So, yeah, he's good. Oh, the Snake Sisters. Yeah, we'll put them in C. Snake Sisters are cool. You know, I love the fight. I love the fight on Amazon Lily between when Luffy was taking them on. That was great. We know now though that if Hancock had stepped into the arena, that would have been it for Luffy. You know, I don't think we knew how strong Hancock was back then, but yeah, I feel bad for them. Like, we got to kind of see their backstory. It's a sad one, but yeah, they were cool, and they're obviously now on friendly terms with Luffy. I like that. Momonga, probably, yeah, we'll put him. Do you know what? Let me put Momonga in B, because he seems like, but does he have enough personality though to belong there? Does he? Because he's probably the most memorable and the one that we've seen the most out of from the Vice Admirals, except for obviously Garp. But yeah, we'll put him in B just now. Probably one of the coolest out of the Vice Admirals anyway. Oh god, yeah, this body dominatrix, what was her name again? Sadie? Yeah, she was, let's put her there. She was, I can't believe it. That was just a dominatrix character in Impel. But yeah, she wasn't great, was she? Oh, what's it? Is it Alejandra? Yeah, she was good. I like the kind of bond that little group. Get Sweet Pea in there as well. That they form with Luffy. Margaret, we'll move her up. She was cool, I liked her. Does she belong in B? Let's put her in B. Let's put Margaret in B. You know, she formed a bond with Luffy more than anybody else, I'd say, from that group on Amazon Lily. And she helped us out a lot. We'll put her there. Oh god, what was this? This guy just called Disco? Is that his name? Yeah, just put him there. He wasn't trash, you know, but he was not memorable. This guy, I'm just going to skip a wee second here to this guy. That's a trash character, right? That little guy that was in the prison. I didn't, like, just not memorable, and I remember, like, completely forgetting about him. A lot of times that he was there, and I was like, this guy's just meh. Not a great character, right? But Magellan, oh, I'll put him in A just now. You know, I was torn. You know, for a second there, I was thinking S tier. I was thinking S tier for a second, because my God, what an antagonist he was. He's just the strength. Maybe the diarrhea thing was a bit much. You know, I understand why he has it because of, like, the drawback of his devil fruit, but you know, the diarrhea gag's got a bit much. But my God, what an imposing character. Devil fruit was just insane, and yeah, he belongs up there. Hancock is an S tier character. Hancock is great. She's part of that group I was talking about, alongside Ivankov, Jinbei, Bon Clay. Just like another character that first impressions you're like, oh God, I don't know if I'm going to like this character, and then you love them. And I love the shift in personality that she has based on who she's talking to. You know, like Luffy's the only man in the world, right? Just like Luffy, she becomes a completely different person. And then when she's talking to, like, Jinbei or Rayleigh, who are like a warlord and, like, you know, a living legend, she talks to them to be like, oh yeah, you guys doesn't care, you know. And then when it's other people, it's not the arrogance of being the Empress comes back. I love the switching she does. You would never expect that from her from when you're first introduced, when she appeared on Amazon Lily. But yeah, Hancock's great. Hancock is great. I really want to see more of Hancock going forward in the series. Just because of the dynamic of her being in love with Luffy. That's great. Oh God, what was we found out her name? We found out her name. Really said it. Gloriosa? Was that it? I believe that was it. Yeah, she's okay. She was okay. We'll put her alongside the kind of Snake Sisters in there. Yeah, she was cool. I like the kind of she was the kind of narrative of like, open up dialogue between Luffy and Hancock. Yeah, but she was kind of cool, and she was the one that was trying to rein Hancock in when she was acting a bit crazy. Oh God, Celestial Dragons. Oh, my instincts tell me to put them in trash. My instincts do tell me to put them in trash, but we're not basing it based on their personalities here. So do you know what? I'm gonna put these two in D, because even though they had the role of Celestial Dragons, you know, and then this guy, I'll even put him up there. I'll put him in C. Was it Charlos? Because that was a villain. That was a villain, and that is one of the most satisfying punches I've ever witnessed, right? The dad and the sister, there wasn't much else to them. They filled their roles of being Celestial Dragons and showing us that they are scumbags. But that guy there, like what he did through the arc and then the kind of ending there, that was great. You know, he deserves to, like, obviously I'm not ranking this based on how much I like them. I'm ranking it like how I think of them as characters that fit into the series. And I think that, you know, this guy, Charlos, made me want him to get punched much more than, you know, who's down here? You know, Blue Jam or Don Krieg or Axe Hand Morgan. Like this guy, you know, you wanted to see that. Erouge. Oh God, right, we're getting into Supernova stuff. God, where would Erouge be? God, I need to do the Supernovas to get right. Let's get the Supernovas together. Right, there's Bonnie, there's Beige. Oh, let's get Beppo in first though. Beppo, I love Beppo. Is he C or is he B? Let's put him in B. I don't care what anybody says, right? He's a talking polar bear, right? Let's get him in there. Oh God, Kizaru. Right, Apu, Drake, Kid, Hawkins. Let's get this guy in here right away. Get him in trash. The you know, the slave capture guy that's dressed like Peter Pan. Yeah, let's just get him in there. Law. Okay, Killer. Let's get him alongside Kid. Any more Supernovas lurking down here? Any more Supernovas? I don't think so. I think we've got them all. Right. Let's do the Supernovas. Right. I say Erouge. The Supernovas are all awesome. So we'll kind of put Erouge there. God, I would say, well, I'm kind of going to get like a basis for the Supernovas and then kind of try and judge it based on this kind of starting point here of Erouge and B, right? And then we'll go Bonnie. I probably like Bonnie more. I'll put Bonnie maybe in A, because like Bonnie, like I've got questions about Bonnie, right? Just based on, you know, her crying when watching the stuff at Marineford, and then it was pointed out to me that Akainu, what he said to her about that she had escaped the government. When, you know, because like Blackbeard had captured her, then Akainu showed up and said, "Oh, you escaped the government." So what does that mean? What's Bonnie's backstory? You know, so, but she's been captured. She's been captured though, so hopefully we get to find out more about that. You know, I feel bad for Bonnie because as soon as she got to the New World, she got like done right away. But I think she's more interesting than Erouge. Beige. You know, I like Beige. I like House. I like the kind of like mafia. I might put him in A. I like, you know what? Yeah, I like Beige. I like his the kind of like mafia theme, and I really like his devil fruit. I think it's such an interesting devil fruit. So we'll put him there. Apu, yeah, I'll put him there. You know, Apu's probably one of the ones I'm least interested in. He just doesn't stand out to me as much as the rest of them. You know, he's probably my least favourite Supernova, if I'm being honest. But he's still interesting. His devil fruit is very unique. Drake's cool, right? We'll put him in A. Drake's one of the ones that he's kind of mysterious. And he used to be in the Marines, which is an interesting backstory as well. So I'm hoping we get to find out more about Drake, because we know that from what Kizaru said to him on Sabodi. So I'd like to find out why he left and became a pirate. Oh, Kid. Oh, Kid. I want to put him in S tier. I feel like, yeah, let's get Kid up there. I feel like there's only going to be 2 Supernovas that make it in the S tier. And that's Kid, and let's just get him up there as well. Law. Bump. Right, Kid and Law are great. Like that whole thing on Sabodi, those two became just the standouts of the Supernovas for me. And I love the little kind of the three of them, like Kid, Law, and Luffy, standing outside the auction house, and like the kind of interactions that they had, talking about the One Piece and about the New World. So very interesting. Like, Kid's already making waves in the New World, so I cannot wait to see what he's going to be up to after the time skip. Whereas on the opposite end, Law, he went out of his way to go and save Luffy, which was unexpected, right? So I don't know what his motives are there, but I also love the fact that we saw that Law is kind of holding back, you know, and it's the smart move from Law, because Law's he said to his crew, let's not jump in. All those Supernovas and all the people that's rushing to the New World right now, the Marines have sent everybody out, all the admirals and everything are out there, you know, because of what happened, what Whitebeard said and what happened with the war. So the world's, you know, everything's up in the air right now. Let's hold back. Let's not rush in. The One Piece isn't going anywhere. Let's just take our time then. We'll go into the New World and we're good and ready. Smart from Law. Very smart. But yeah, Law and Kid, the standouts. Just, the designs are amazing. But yeah, I cannot wait to see these two characters after the time skip. And then, oh, Kizaru moves down a bit. Killer. Killer's cool. We'll get Killer. In B. Yeah, we'll put him in B just now because even though he looks badass, we haven't much of his personality, so we'll put him there. Hawkins is, yeah, I like Hawkins, put him up there. Hawkins is interesting, probably one of the more interesting ones. You know, I love the whole kind of voodoo doll with the tarot cards kind of thing. A very interesting devil fruit, but an interesting way that he kind of, you know, he always remains calm. You know, he's sitting in front of Kizaru, trying to work out the kind of probabilities to be like, should I run away? Should I fight this guy? I like that. I like that kind of his personality there. Buttercup. Buttercup from the Powerpuff Girls. Do you know what? This guy, I'm not used to calling him Buttercup now. I don't know if I can't even pronounce his actual names. Sentomaru? Sentomaru? He's okay. You know, let's put him in C. You know, he's kind of like he's like the pacifista guy, isn't he? He's like the guy that shows up with the pacifistas. But yeah, we need to see more of him. More of his personality, I'd say. Kizaru. Again, as much as it pains me, S tier. You know, a lot of these characters that probably weren't S tier are going to jump up because of the war. You know, these admirals being, you know, one of the key things there. But, like, Kizaru's introduction and him taking on all of the Supernovas and Sabode was already badass enough. But he's just, my God, he's such a threatening presence. Along with kind of like the other admirals, but yeah, Kizaru he belongs up there. But then again, he's one of those characters, the same as kind of Smoker, where I cannot wait to go up against people like him once like Luffy has learned to fight Logias. You know, Kami, I like Kami. Does she belong? Yeah, probably there. Probably B. Kami's just fun. Kami's fun, and you know, she's good. I like that. I like all the stuff on Sabode with her. That was good. Shaki, yeah, same again. You know, Shaki, I'll put her on B. I like Shaki. It's crazy her skills of, you know, predicting. It's mental that she predicted what would have, like the whole thing that would have happened with like Hancock and Luffy, and all the stuff leading to Impel Down. You know, Shaki's insane. Shaki's got the foresight. But yeah, really, get him up there. S tier, no question. I am so excited to see the results of the training with Rayleigh. The fact that Rayleigh is going to train Luffy to use his haki, I am so excited for it. Oh man, buzzing for it. Yeah, Rayleigh's just a badass character. I love the kind of, he's this kind of, he's got that retired badass, like living legend vibe to him. And I love the scene where he saw, you know, when he asked Luffy the question. When Luffy said the same thing as Roger, that we saw, I don't know if it was, where was that from? Was it episode 0? I think it was episode 0, where Roger said it, where he's like, I don't want to rule over anything. I just want to be like the freest man on the sea or something like that. I don't know if they said it word for word the same, but I love that. I love that Rayleigh kind of saw that in Luffy, and now he's going to train him. But yeah, Rayleigh's he's probably one of the most badass characters in the whole series. Love him. Oh, original Ors, zombie Ors. Yeah, you know, we'll put him in D. He's a zombie. he's a zombie with like part of Luffy's personality. You know, he's not much else to say. Papa something, the starfish. Yeah, the starfish. Yeah, same again. Like he's not memorable for me. You know, he's like, you think of that, you think of the people there. It's more, you know, Kami and Hachi that jump out to me. There that I remember. You know, he's just there. He's like the mascot. Oh, Duval. Look at the picture. Look at the picture they've used for Duval. That's great. Duval is a good character. Unexpectedly good character. I'll put him in C. I was thinking, I was debating whether to put him in B, but we'll put him in C. You know, I love the fact that he's kind of been helping to protect the ship for us. You know, the turnaround this character's had, brilliant again. But yeah, from a gag character of a bounty poster, like gag, to someone that's with us. You know, he's with us. Oh God, here we go. Absalom. Bang. Trash. Absolute trash. Like, just a crap character. Just, it's tough because I feel like Thriller Bark's such a weird arc for me. I'm interested to see the further I get away from it, where I would rank Thriller Bark. The characters sucked. The more I get from it, I kind of look at it and go, I hated the characters in Thriller Bark. You know, it was a game changer once Kuma showed up, but my God, did I dislike some of the characters in Thriller Bark. And this guy was just, oh God, I never want to see him again. You know that way where like, there's characters in One Piece where you're always surprised that you get to see like maybe like such a smaller character again, where you're like, oh man, Oda doesn't forget about anybody. I hope he forgets about this guy. I'm praying he forgets about this guy. Brook. Do you know what? I'm actually going to put Brook in A tier. Do I want to though? Do I want to do that? Does he belong in S tier? I see his backstory was amazing. I love Brook. I do. But I need more of Brook. I need more of Brook with the crew. You know? Poor Chopper. Poor Chopper was fighting to get into S tier since he was introduced, right? He had an amazing backstory as well. But with Brook, do you know what the crazy thing is? I feel bad for Brook because he joined the crew and then we haven't seen him. Like, because of what happened at Subodi, we've not had much time with Brook as part of the crew. You know, I want to see more. I want to see more of Brook actually with the crew before I can move him up to S tier. He's knocking on the door, but he's not quite there yet. Oh God, what was this guy's name? Chapapa. Fukuro. You know what? Fukuro was actually... Do I want to put him in C or do I want to put him in B? I quite liked Fukuro. You know, he was surprisingly, as much as like design, I'll put him in C just now, as much as his design's a bit, you know, crazy, and his personality, like the way he talks and that, but, you know, his fight with Frankie and stuff, he was unexpectedly, like, he's one of those characters that Oda introduces where you go, oh God, who's this? And it turns out to be like a badass. But, yeah, he was cool. Right, okay. Here we go. Gecko Moria. Now, fans of the channel will know that I have a very strange relationship with this Warlord. I don't like him, right? I don't like Gecko Moria. I think he is the worst Warlord. And you know what, guys? Before you start, right? I know there's people out there that love this guy, right? Because anytime he's on screen and I make a comment about Moria, you guys appear out of the shadows, out of nowhere, to give me the whole, actually, Gecko Moria is my favourite Warlord. Actually, Gecko Moria is my favourite character. Well, that's fine. That's fine. One Piece is, such diverse characters. They're great. I can live in my world where I don't like Gecko Moria. You guys can live in yours and be happy with the fact that you do love him and you think he's a great character, right? You're wrong. You guys are wrong. Right? No, seriously, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, because during Thriller Bark, I thought he was okay. I thought that he fit the theme of that arc very well. And I know, before you jump into the comments and you give me the, but he was actually very ambitious, and he wanted to, he went to the New World, and then he met Kaido, and then he became like he is now. That's all great. That's all great, right? Good stuff. I don't like him, right? I do not like him. I just think anytime he speaks or he laughs, just go away. Just go away. I'm upset that I got very excited when I thought Doflamingo was about to kill this guy. Obviously he didn't. He botched it. That's why he's not an S tier, he's an A tier. But the problem I've got is, where did I put him? Because I know that a lot of you are expecting me to just go, bam, trash tier, Moria, trash. I'm not going to do that. I'm trying to look at it, fairly. So, and I know that he's not, like, he does not belong. He does not belong down here with these people, right? He does not belong. As much as I kind of don't like him, he's not Absalom, right? So, I'll put him in C. I'll put him in C tier, right? There you go. Now, I know they're going to be raging. People going about there are going to be raging. They're going to look at this and go, he's put Gecko Moria in the same tier as Kaya and, Cobra and Pearl. That's where he is, right? That's where he is. Live with it, right? I cannot put him any higher than that, because the more and more I go on in the series, the lower he gets, right? I'll not put him in D. I'll not do that to him. I'll not put him down there with Richie the Lion. But yeah, this is it. This is the best I can do for Moria, guys. I don't like him. I hate the fact that when you stand the Warlords next to each other and you look at them and go, oh my god, the Warlords are all badass, cool characters. And then I see that guy and I see his design. I look at him and go, oh god, you just don't fit here. Just go back to Thriller Bark, right? Yeah, I'm going to stop. Because the more I talk about it, the further down he's going to go, right? And then we're going to have, look, this is the thing. We can have these debates, we can have these arguments, right? It's all coming from a place of love, right? Because One Piece characters are so good that you can have people, there's probably people out there that like Satori, right? I don't know why, but there probably are. And that's the beauty of a series with such diverse characters, is that you can have different opinions on them, right? But, he's crap. Right, so let's move on. Hogback, oh my god, this is another one. See what I mean? Like, this Thriller Bark, man, the characters suck. We'll put him in D. I don't think he's as bad Absalom, but he's not great. Jabra. Oh, put him in C. We'll put him in C. He's okay. I like the whole kind of werewolf thing, but you know, not much else to him. Besides that, I liked like Sanji beating the crap out of him. That was cool. This guy. Oh my god, yeah, this guy. So Kumadori. Yeah, he's down here. He's probably my least favourite member of CP9. You know, he got a bit annoying. He got a bit annoying with his daft, you know, screaming that he would do. Yeah, he's not great compared to the rest. Right, now here we go. Here we go. Perona. Let's get her up there. Put her in B. Shit, a Thriller Bark character. The best character in Thriller Bark, right? I think that a lot of people out there will agree with me about that one. You know, she is the only member of that group that I like. Right? Perona. And I love the fact that she's with, you know, it's such a strange trio of Zoro, Mihawk and Perona right now. But I love that. I love that they're together. Right? Oh, Oimo and Kashi. I like Oimo and Kashi, guys. They're not quite right. We'll put them in C because they're not quite Dory and Brogy, who are in B, but they're still good. I like them. I like the bond that they formed with Usopp. I like that, and I hope they go and get Dory and Brogy. Lola, this is a tough one because they put the things together, right? Put it in D. I quite like Lola, like the human. She was quite cool, and like I like that she, you know, became friends with Nami. The pig zombie, if they were separated, they'd probably put the pig zombie in trash. But they're together, so we'll make the compromise, put them in D. Because they are technically the same person. Bruno. Do you know what? Yeah. B or A? We'll go B. Because there are other members of CP9 that are probably going to be up there. In A. But Bruno was great. He's probably top 4 CP9. Do you know what? He might actually be my third favourite. He might be my third favourite. I love his kind of stoic nature, and I love that he, you know, the shock, because like we got to the first time we got second gear was against Bruno, and like his shock of his arrogance kind of dropping when he was going up against Luffy, when he kind of broke his Tekai, is that what it's called? He broke that. That was great. That was great. I love that fight. Love that fight. The Devil Fruit's very unique as well. But yeah, Bruno's cool. And I love that in episode 0 we got to see like young CP9 training. That was cool. Kokoro. I like Kokoro, but we'll put her there with Oimo and Kashi. We'll put her in C, you know. Yeah, Kokoro was, you know, it was unexpected that she was a mermaid. It makes sense because of her close relationship with Tom, who was a fishman. Yeah, Kokoro's cool. In fact, there's Tom there. Let's get him. Let's put him in. Do you know what? I really like Tom. I'm going to put him in B. Actually, I think he was a really good flashback character. Not up to the caliber of a Belmere or a Dr. Heroic for me or a Noland, but still, I really liked him. He was a good guy. A good guy. And it's sad because, you know, I wish he was still kind of around. We're going to Fishman Island. Once we meet back up with the crew, and you know, it would have been nice if Tom was still around. You know, or if he probably would have stayed in Water 7 right enough, because he basically, I think Water 7 was his home. He very much liked it there. You know, and that's why I wanted to change it. But yeah, Tom was great. And speaking of flashback characters that are amazing, Saul. Let's get him up in A tier. Let's get him up in A tier. Saul was great. I loved that. I loved the emotional connection there, and the kind of speech that he made to Robin. I love that it kept, like, every time Robin, when we go back to present time, when she would see the Straw Hat standing there fighting for her, she thought of Saul's words. Oh God, yeah, just a big sweetheart, Saul, big sweetheart. You know, it's mental that, like, Saul and Belmere, both former Marines that played such an influential part in you know, the crew members' lives. Polly, I'm putting Polly up in A tier. I love Polly. Polly was one of those characters that I initially, before we kind of got more of Frankie, if you had to just pick out of the shipwrights that were there, like, I thought that Polly was probably going to be the front contender to become one of the Straw Hats. I liked him that much. Polly was great. Polly was great. I loved him. You know, I loved how shy he got around about women. Like, he was just, you know, he's a good guy. You know, I liked that he came with us to Ennie's lobby to charge in there. Frankie, S tier Frankie. Frankie's great. Frankie is one of the examples that you'd use when I was talking about Oda introducing you a character, making you hate the character because of what happened with Usopp, and then doing the turnaround that by the end of, or even like during Ennie's lobby, I was saying, this man better join the crew. He better join the crew. And I'm so happy that he did. I'm so happy that he did. You know, he's been a great crew member. I love, and this is the thing, I think that Brooke will get there as well, but we've not had much of Brooke. Like, we at least got a couple of arcs with Frankie. And even before that, actually, even before, like, going to Philip Bark, like, Frankie got a lot more time to kind of gel with us because he already felt like part of the crew in Ennie's lobby. You know, all the stuff with Water 7 and what happened there with Usopp and getting his backstory there, and then, you know, he felt like he was already part of the crew, like I said, in Ennie's lobby. You know, and him building the Sunny Forest and everything. Like, Frankie's just the man. And I love that Frankie being part of the crew means that we won't have to go through the heartache that we went through again with the Mary, you know, because he's there to, you know, fix her up. So that's good. Clover. Clover was a good guy. Put Clover in C. You know, I can't, you know, we didn't get much time with him, but he was a good dude. Clover was a good dude, and, you know, it was sad, but he was the one that kind of showed us how much the world government are absolute scumbags. Oh God, this guy. I can't remember this guy's name, but he was like put him in D. Yeah, he's not quite trash. You know, I enjoyed the fight with Frankie on the train, but yeah, this was like the CP9 guy that was like a recruit, but he hadn't actually joined CP9. But yeah, it wasn't the best. Was it Lulu? Was that this guy's name? Was it Lulu? I think it's Lulu. I actually really liked him. Him and Tailstone. We'll put them in C. Where's Tailstone? Is he there? Oh God, it's done. Yeah, there he's there. Tailstone. Him and Tailstone, put them together and see. I really enjoyed those two. I thought it was great. They came with us to Ennie's lobby, and they were like the only two shipwrights that were left after like the CP9 reveal. Like, it was just those two and Polly, really, out of the main shipwrights, I mean. But yeah, no, those two were good. We didn't get to see, like, they became more of like a comedy duo, But no, they were great. They were great. They came with us through fucking Finn. Chimney and Gon B, I believe their names were. Yeah, you know, they put them in D. I feel bad. They probably should be higher, you know. But the more I forgot about them, I forgot about them. But you know, she actually Chimney played like a couple of very important parts in the series. If it wasn't for her, Luffy wouldn't have been able to find that passageway to get to Lucci. So, you know, she played a great part, but you know, I can't. Like, can I put her higher than that? Really? I like. Come on, Lucci. Lucci. Are you still S tier, Lucci? Yeah, he is. He is. I can't put him lower. Badass villain. He doesn't have much of a personality, you know, but I think that's the point. He's a kind of, he's been made into a government, you know, he is a CP9 guy. That is him. You know, he is just, he's got this warped sense of justice. And you can tell he's an evil dick, right? But, you know, it was so satisfying to see him getting beaten up. And that's probably still one of the most satisfying fights in One Piece. Or probably one of the best fights in One Piece, to be honest. You know, that was great. Oh, Mozu and Kiwi. Yeah, I like Mozu and Kiwi. Can I justify B? Probably not. We'll put them alongside Tailstone and Luger. I think that's a good spot for them. But yeah, they were great. Spandam. Do you know what? I'm going to put Spandam up in B tier. Just because of his role as a villain. You know, I think that I'd probably put him maybe even higher if he wasn't so much of a goofy character. You know, he had such a, you know, he was a despicable guy, but he was still such a goofball, and that probably brings him down a little bit because he was the perfect antagonist. Like, my God, did you want to see this guy get bashed? Like, just after everything with Frankie and all the stuff he was saying and everything he was doing with Robin, like, oh man, just, yeah. He played his part perfectly, Spandam. Oh, God, what's his name? T-Bone. I like T-Bone. T-Bone is one of the very rare good guys in the Marines. We'll put him in C as well. But yeah, T-Bone seemed like a good guy. I like that because he has this kind of scary appearance, but his subordinates all love him because he's just a genuinely good dude, right? I like that. I was hoping to see more of him, like maybe from like Marineford, but we didn't get to see much. I think we got to see him arriving there, but we didn't. I don't think we saw him during the actual war. Oh, here we go. Right, this guy, absolute trash. Like, oh my God. Oh. Wanzi, that's his name, isn't it? Oh my God, crap character, annoying as hell. Oh man, one of the lowest points of, you know, Water 7 Eddie's lobby was just this guy. Like, just, oh God, I don't even want to think about him. Just get past him. Yokozuna. Yokozuna's cool. Well, Yokozuna, let's put him in there. Beside the other kind of members of our group that went to Eni's lobby. You know, Yokozuna was, I love the kind of, you got to see like young Frankie teaching him how to swim, and then obviously him trying to copy Frankie by trying to stop the sea train with his bare hands. I like that kind of when that was revealed. God, what is it? Zanbai? Zanbai was his name, wasn't it? Yeah, the kind of main guy from the Frankie family. Yeah, I liked him. I really grew to like him. Oh. Yeah, like Zanbai had a right change for me. Would I even put him in B? No. No, we'll put him there. We'll put him in C. Alongside Mozu and Kiwi. Tilestone and them. Yeah. But I did like Zanbai. Like he was like I said, the standout of the Frankie family, and I like the fact that Iceberg is gonna look after them. In fact, there is Iceberg. Let's get him. Do you know what? Iceberg's going alongside Polly in A, or maybe even B for Iceberg. You know, do I want to put him in A? We'll put Iceberg in B. I didn't quite like him as much as Paul. No, do you know what I did? I really did like Iceberg. Let's get him up there. You know, I did. I liked Iceberg. And I love the fact that... no, I've changed my mind. I'll put him down to B. I'll put him down to B. Yeah, Iceberg was good though. Like, I love that he was the one that fixed up the Mary and sent her back out there to sea. You know, but at the end as well, I love that he kind of took on the role to kind of look after the Frankie family after Frankie left, you know. And I love that. I love that moment kind of with the flashback and the resentment that he kind of held for Frankie a bit. But I love that moment they had where he said to Frankie, listen, I've forgiven you. So you need to forgive yourself. But yeah, Iceberg was great. Oh God, Foxy. We've got Foxy characters in here. Yeah, let's get the Foxy characters. All in D. I wouldn't call them trash. I wouldn't call them trash characters because they were fun. They were fun, right? At the end of the day, they were fun, right? It was a fun arc, but they don't hold much substance for me. I feel like Foxy kind of pops up now in like filler, and you know that doesn't do much for me. But yeah, as the little kind of fun arc, especially in between a lot of the kind of heavier arcs, which it was a nice little kind of, right, let's just have a fun game kind of thing. But yeah, I don't hate any of these characters as much as I just like these, you know, all the ones down the bottom here. I think I might even be a bit too harsh on the cat guys from Kuro's crew. You know, now that I look at the trash tier, I'm like, oh, you know, I don't think those guys belong in here as much as like the rest of them. But hey ho. Right, Aokiji. S. Every one of the admirals are made in S, and there's a reason for that. It's because they are so imposing and such just badass characters. Aokiji seems to be the most likeable out of them. You can tell he's like just like the good guy. I know that Sengoku kind of made the suggestion for Aokiji to become like the fleet admiral, and I think that's a good choice. I think that's a good choice because he is kind of similar to Sengoku. He's kind of level-headed, and he kind of, you can tell he doesn't look at pirates the same way that Akainu does. You know, it's strange, and you can I love the kind of, it was revealed that obviously he was Saul's friend, which makes that heartbreaking about what happened there. But I love that he kind of saw Robin had found her place, like from like Saul's wishes, and kind of like because at any point, like there's been a couple of times that Aokiji could have captured us all and killed us all a couple of times, but he's got that same kind of thing as like Kuma, where he's like, oh man, he's let us off the hook there. And I like that he obviously, you can tell from like episode 0 in that as well, and from the way he was talking, he holds Garp in very high esteem. You know, he very much is. He's like he seems to be he looks up to Gap and is like the next generation of that kind of thing. And he's friends with Smoker. That group, you know, the group of Marines that are like, because you saw Saul during episode 0 walking with Gap as well. You have that group of good Marines that I feel like are there. So it's like Saul, Gap, Suru, if I'm saying that right, Aokiji, Smoker, you know, Kobe now, and like the kind of proteges of those people, like Toshigi, like those are the good Marines. You know, and I feel like it's like a spectrum, right? You have Akainu, you have Aokiji, but then Kizaru, right in the middle, where you're like, oh, what's this guy thinking? You know? Kaku. Yeah. Get Kaku up there. Get him an A. Like, obviously, the best member of CP9, besides Lucci. The giraffe thing was hilarious, right? The fact that we got a giraffe fruit, that was funny. But still, a badass giraffe. A badass giraffe. And I like that out of all of CP9, he was the kind of one that, well, the only one that kind of showed regret about, you know, going undercover and tricking the shipwrights and Polly and stuff. So I like Kaku. You know, his fight with Zoro was awesome. But yeah, I liked it. You know, before it was him and Polly, where I thought, like, if I were to pick someone from the shipwrights to join the crew, I would have probably been between those two. Before we found out who he was. Khalifa. We'll put her up there with Bruno. You know, yeah, I think she's better than like Javra and Fukuro. So we'll put her in there. Because I liked her. I really liked her fight with Nami. You know, I liked the fact that she saw Sanji wouldn't hit a woman and she took advantage of it. You know, which is smart. But yeah, she was cool. She was just like a cool character. The sexual harassment thing was funny. The fact that if anything Spandam said to her, she called it sexual harassment. But yeah, her devil fruit was strange. But I like that. And I like it showed you that she was kind of born into that kind of work. Somebody pointed out to me that it's her dad that's with Spandam's dad. Like, in the flashback. So that kind of makes sense as to why they have all, that's a particular group of CP9 have trained together since they were kids, you know? Oh my god, this is the guy from, yeah, put him down there with like the foxy, you know, long ring, longland guy with the stilts. You know, I'm not going to say much about him. Yeah, there's not much to say about that character. It's probably one of the most forgettable characters in this tier list here. Oh god, right. What a final three. Gap. God, Gap. Gap. Where do I want to put you, Gap? S or A tier? Oh. God, I don't know. I don't know where to put Gap. It's strange. You know what? I'll put him in S tier. He's a badass old man. I feel like I'd like to see more from him. But I did love like obviously seeing him during the flashback with Luffy and Ace and Sabo was great. But it would just appear every now and then. But at the same time, like that emotional turn, you know what, I'm going for it. I put him in S tier. You know, the fact that he went out of his way to go and, you know, to listen to Roger's request, go and get Ace, raise him as his own grandson. Yeah. Well, Dadan raised him. But you know what I mean. He did that, and then just watching the emotional turmoil, and watching him at the prison with Ace, and then watching him during the war, and then seeing. I love the scene where he snaps, like after what happens, he snaps and he loses his sense of, like, you know, reason, and he goes to go for it, and Sengoku has to hold him down, and he says to Sengoku, "Is like, listen, you better keep me held down here, because if you don't, I will kill Akainu," right? The fact that he said that statement right away is insane, right? But I love the fact that we don't really have a grasp of how strong he was, you know, because we know that people would say that he would like go toe to toe with Roger, but we also found out during episode 0 that he always turned down promotion. So we know that he is, like, he could have been an admiral if he wanted to, you know. Like, don't look at the ranks and go, oh well, you know, Kizaru, Aokiji and Akainu are obviously stronger. No. Like, Gap could have been an admiral if he wanted to, you know. He could have moved up with Sengoku, but turned it down. So, yeah, I do feel bad for him. I feel bad for him, you know, like watching that scene with him and Dadan after the war was heartbreaking. But I liked, you know, Makino kind of said it, where it's like, yeah, how do you think he feels? You know, being there and being unable to do anything about it. But yeah, Gap is great. Like, personality-wise and everything, he's a fun guy. He's a fun guy to be around, you know. Just always makes you smile. Sengoku, BRA. Oh God. You know what? We'll put Sengoku in A. We'll put him in A. You know, I need to see more of him. But I do like he has the air of a leader, you know, and I like that. And I like the game of chess that him and Whitebeard were playing. And Whitebeard was kind of like, you know, you could tell that Whitebeard respected him and Sengoku respected Whitebeard. But I liked that. I liked where, like, Whitebeard was like, oh, he's up to something. Sengoku, he hasn't changed. And, you know, seeing, you know, young Sengoku and Gap, you know, taking on Shiki and stuff, you know he's a badass. His devil fruit seems insane. Right? The Buddha thing, like, that's crazy. But, you know, him taking on... The fact that Sengoku basically took on Blackbeard and his whole crew by himself is insane, right? It's insane. But, yeah. Let's see this. The last man here. The man who has cemented himself as S tier without a question of a doubt. Jinbei, well, I feel angry at myself because I thought he was going to be a villain for the longest time. Because his character was explained to us back in East Blue by, I think it was Yosuke and Johnny that told us about him when we were going to Arlong Park. But I never expected for this guy to be such a legend that he is. Like, how many times did they save Luffy? You know, and the fact that he saved Luffy time and time again, right? That's already enough. That was enough, right? He was with us through thick and thin. He took Akainu's, you know, lava through his chest for us, right? Not even just that, but then afterwards, he was there. He was there for Luffy. He was the emotional support for Luffy and brought Luffy back. And I love that. I love that he had a bond with Ace, had a bond with Whitebeard, you know, And I liked the kind of thing of him saying to Ace, like, even though he's your brother, like, I only help people that I respect, kind of thing. I love that turnaround of, you know, oh, I respect this guy. I respect this guy. And dream scenario, I would have loved for Jinbei to join the crew, because my God, like, you talk about people that feel like they, you know, they're honorary crew members just based on what they've done for us, you know, or the bonds that were formed with them, like Bon Clay and Vivi. Jinbei is there for me as well, right? I don't think that would have been possible just because of, you know, he's a warlord. He has that, well, he was a warlord. He has that kind of status, like, there. But I would have loved it if he, you know, because it would be great to have, like, a fishman on the crew as well, you know. And, like, I was thinking, back in Subodi, I was thinking there was a possibility that Hachi might join. But, you know, forget that now. If there's going to be a fishman that I want to join the crew, it's Jinbei. It is Jinbei. But, you know, the good thing is that we've promised to meet him at Fishman Island. So we know we're going to meet him there, right? So, you never know. You never know. He might join the crew. But I don't think it will. Do you know what I think? Do you know what I think is going to happen? I think it's going to be a similar situation to Vivi. And because Hancock's another one that I'd love to see join the crew, but, like, they have circumstances which prevent them from joining the crew. And I think Jinbei is probably going to be the same as that, because I think that the only reason he was a warlord was because of that reason. Which was to protect the fishmen. And so I can't see him joining, but my God, would I love it if he did. But yeah, guys, that's it. My God, we've got there. We've got there. But there it is. The final list of One Piece characters. Pre-time skip. One Piece characters. There you go. That is it there. Now, right, okay, let's do this. Let's do this quickly, right? Let's sort out the A and the S rank. As quick as possible. It's been 3 hours. Let's do this. Right, Brooks at the top. Brooks at the top of A. I'd probably put, let's just try and sort it with. Roger would be up there. Get Buggy up there. Get Dragon up there. Zeph along with Belmere. Put Belmere there. Put Zeph there. Yeah, Calgary and Noland. But I'd say, right, Kaku, Sengoku. Let's get Sol moved up a little bit to here. Karoo's fine. Mr. Free, probably move him down a bit here. Smoker, get him up there. Doflamingo, you know what, yeah, get Doflamingo up there. Probably just in front of Buggy. Kobe in front of Hachi. The Supernovas. Yeah, move Wiper down a bit. Little Lords Jr., I love him, but move him down a bit. Dr. Kareha, maybe move her down a bit. Who do I like more? Probably Polly. No, I like Dr. Kareha. Yeah, put her there. Yeah, the Supernovas. Probably, you know what, I'd probably even move them up here. Well, Bonnie at least. Get Beige. No, he's not. Beige isn't. Yeah, put him there. Bonnie, not above Kobe though. oh God, Arlong and Hachi, like Arlong as a villain. Yeah, put Arlong there. In fact, Bonnie probably behind Arlong and Hachi. Mr. Free, Shiryu. Smoker, move Smoker up a bit as well. Noland above Calgary. Love that flashback, guys. Like I said, like I can't put enough praise on that flashback in Skypiea. But yeah, I'm happy with that for the A tier. That's probably how. In fact, oh God, no, wait a minute. Sengoku, move Sengoku up a bit. Put him about there. Yeah, I'm happy with that for the A tier. Right now, the S tier is where the main focus is, though. Right, this is where we'll go more in depth with it. Right, so let's do this. S tier. Right, so Luffy at the top, and then Zoro. That is unquestionable, right? That's just Luffy and Zoro are the top two, right? That's just it. That's all there is. Oh God, this is gonna be sore though. This is tough. You know, let's move people down to the bottom, right? I'd say Law and Kid probably the bottom of S tier. You know, I feel like they've just scraped in there, so we'll put them at the bottom. Gap, fine with him there. Right, who do I want just after Luffy and Zoro? This is what I'm thinking, right? This is my process here. I'm thinking Jinbei and Whitebeard have went right up there. Bon Clay. Robin though, God, I love Robin. I probably put Robin third, and as crazy as it's gonna be, Whitebeard. Whitebeard's number 4. Like Whitebeard, you know, I'm debating whether to put him above Robin. I am debating it. God, I love Whitebeard. I'm surprised at how much I do, but oh God, I do. Jinbei shot right up there. Ace, get him up there. Bon Clay, right? Okay, this is tough because it's kind of putting the straw hats. I'd say Sanji. In fact, I'll put Sanji above Ace. Sanji there. Who else are we moving up here? Here, look, what can I put down? You know, just before Law and Kid. You know, I was kind of debating that with him there, but yeah, move Sabo down a bit. I do love him, but you know, some of these characters are just insane. Chopper down a bit. I think he's earned his S tier spot. You know, let's put him just above Sabo, but you know, he's not gonna be up here fighting for the top spots. God, Lucci and Aokiji. I'd probably put Lucci there. Frankie, move him up. God, who's just after Ace? Who would I put after Ace? Usopp. Usopp after Ace, definitely. And then after him, you know what? I'm going to put Nami there. Nami. Crocodile would be next. Probably my favourite villain in the series. Not a villain anymore, technically. Let's move the Mary down. You know, belongs in S tier, but it's a ship, right? I know, it's a ship that we very much got attached to, but it's very hard to kind of put it against these people here and like decide who I like better. Right, Crocodile there. Bon Clay. God, I love Bon Clay. Like, yeah, put him there. Has he made the top 10? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just missed out. Bon Clay, number 11. Just missed out in the top 10. And then where's Frankie? Oh, there he is. Frankie there. In fact, I think they have the same voice, don't they? They've got the same voice actor. Yeah, Frankie and Bon Clay, legends. Kuma. Oh, God. Kuma. Probably my second favourite Warlords. I'd probably put Kuma above Mihawk. And Nell's fine there. Blackbeard. I'd move Blackbeard down a bit. I'd put Blackbeard just above Lucci. Really, I want really above Kizaru. Akainu. No, in fact, I'm happy with him just above Hancock. Marco. Yeah. No, I'd probably put Ivankov just above Marco. Dadan. I think I'm going to move Dadan up, to be honest. I think I like Dadan. I'm putting Dadan above Shanks. No, right, I'll leave Dadan there. I'll leave Dadan there. You know what? I'm happy with, no, maybe I'm not actually. Vivi above Mihawk. But Mihawk just above Enel. But I want to move Shanks up. Right, let's put Shanks above Enel. Oh, do I like Mihawk more than Shanks though? Do I? Do I really? That's the question. Do you know what? Yeah, I'm going to leave it like that. I'm going to leave it like that, right? That's the order. That is the order. I'm happy with that. Guys, there we go. There we go. Every major pre-time skip character ranked. Oh, God. Right. This was a long one. This was a long one. But there we go. That's it done. Right? We can look back on this now. Once we're, another good bit into the series. And we can see if some of these change, if some of these characters come back. I'm guessing people like the Supernovas, we're going to see more of them. We're going to see more of maybe the Marines and things like that. But yeah, that's where we stand. Certain characters have jumped up there that I would never have expected. Like Whitebeard and Jinbei. Would never have thought I'd have ranked them as high as I have. But there you go. There you go. That's where we are. Guys, thanks so much for watching. If you have made it to the end of this video, if you have been watching this for 3 hours, then my God, thank you. Thank you for that. And guys, let me know. Get into the comments. I like a bit of banter. Get into the comments and give me your thoughts on this. Make fun of the fact of where I've put, Gecko Moria. Let me know. Let me know. I know that that's going to be the first thing you'll do is jump in there and give me the whole, Gecko Moria should be S tier. No, never. Never. I don't care if he comes back into the series and joins the crew. He will never, never be S tier on one of these tier lists, okay? That's it. But yeah, guys, thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for supporting the channel. And we'll be back with some more kind of, some of these funner videos, doing things like this before we get back into the reactions again. So guys, look forward to it. Thanks so much for watching and I'll see you all next time. Thanks guys. Bye.